All right, what's up? What's up, Detroit Sports Nation? As Luke G would say, it is the Gridiron Blitz with Derek P. Fields, and it's time, baby. It's time for the weekly DSA roundtable. We got the usual suspects in the building. We got 313 J Mo. What's good, man?
What's up, man?
Just one of them weeks, man. We also got Noble Sports Entertainment TA in the building. What's good?
Popping, baby?
Man, well, we missing one. We minus one. Knights of the Round is missing. If you hadn't noticed, Luke G is turned traitor. He is on his own channel right now interviewing avid Packer fan Tom Grassi, but he will be joining us in a minute. So I want you guys to make sure you give him the business, when he gets over here. Yeah. But anyway, guys, so we're going to do it. We got a good show for y'all as usual. Man, so the Lions, a few things happened over the past 5 or 6 days or so since our last show, and we're gonna let some people get up in the chat. It's funny because I think so many people are used to it being on Luke's channel that it's gonna take a minute for them to get over here. So
what up, Eric the Lions?
Yeah, so
what's up,
Eric?
Man?
What's up, man?
You got it, Eric.
Beast Mode, what's up, man? What's going on? So what's up, guys? What y'all want to talk about this particular week, man, as far as Lions activity or NFL activity in general? What's going on?
Well, hey, it's a lot to talk about. While the Detroit owners are out here in Arizona, I believe they out here for some meetings for a couple of rules that's going to change.
Yeah, it's like the annual.
Yeah, it's a couple of rules that's going to change. Something about I heard a little bit of it. Something about pass interference on defense and offense as well. So something off that line, they're going to be talking about that.
I want to say something about.
Man,
do y'all think that pass interference should be like how it is in college? Even though I know some of the greatest Lions plays have been on our side, but in college it's just 15 yards first down. What do y'all think about that?
And instead of like a spot,
yeah, because some of them penalties be 70 yards, even if it's for us, it's 60 yards. Like, what do y'all think about that? Because I didn't know they were looking at changing the pass interference rules. Probably after what happened to the Saints.
Go ahead, man. Well, let me put one thing out there, guys.
The Saints,
my internet connection is subpar, man, and it's funny because I got Xfinity. I got like the right before the top of the line, man, but I got to get a new router and a new modem. So that is definitely on the to-do list immediately. So we're going to be going in and out. So I do apologize about that, but I'm going to give you my thoughts, man. I think that I like it the way it is, bro. And what they saying is that it probably won't even, like, a lot of the owners don't even with the stuff that happened in January, they're not even tripping on it. They don't even want it, man. So I like it the way it is, though, the spot file. I like that because I think that if you don't do it like that, then more people might be inclined to mob you. You know what I mean? Like, even more so than usual. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
What you think, TA?
Well, you know what I mean? Like 313 said, 313 J-Mo said, pretty much, you know what I'm saying? When the Saints and the Rams had that game and that call that caused the Saints to lose that game, they pretty much, I guess they're going to go into the drawing board and see what they can draw up as far as agreeing on something. And that it's going to be crazy anytime they go into meetings. These owners are crazy, man.
I don't know how reliable the source is, but Beast Mode is a faithful member of this show, and he said
Beast Mode was on both channels.
He said the NFL right now. He said the NFL just made a rule where the pass interference is going to be reviewable by the coach if they think it's the wrong call. So I guess you can challenge pass interference now or something.
Yeah, that's beautiful. I guess that's beautiful.
Now you need that, man. It's gonna bite us in the butt a few times, but you got to be able to review those plays.
Yeah, you have to. Yeah,
and it's funny because I thought it was going to be shot down because the consensus was that even what would happen with the Saints and the Rams, that people were still not for it. So I'm completely shocked by this, man.
I mean, I think that adds on to remember what happened to Jesse James. Then the next year. Yeah, they changed up the catch rule a bit because look, especially if it's a story franchise and the Saints are a little bit of a story with their one Super Bowl. But you know, when egregious stuff like Jesse James, Calvin Johnson, what just happened with the Saints, that's when rule changes happen. So because at the end of the day, the NFL is about money and they want the people happy, and the people were very angry. And I bet you some people who didn't watch the Super Bowl just because of that play.
Yeah, right. I almost didn't. I'm telling you, man. The only reason I watched it is to talk about it. That like afterward.
Oh, you
I was not interested. Well, I said the only reason that I talked about it, I watched it, is to talk about it later. That was it, man. I was like, well, you know, some guys might want to talk about it. So, but other than that, man, I wasn't interested at all. And one of the reasons was because of the you know, how it went with the Saints and stuff. Oh. So I wasn't really feeling it, man.
Okay, I got a question for you.
Beast Mode said it's on the NFL app and you can look up all the new rules. So I'll be looking at that.
Yeah, I definitely will be checking that out. Definitely. All right,
guys. Once again, I just want to apologize again for the internet connection, man. I am going as soon as I can, man. As soon as that second YouTube paycheck hit. Shout out to all you guys for that. I will be boosting the router speed, man, and stuff like that. But I also want to give a special shout out to Mr. Travis Troxel, man. Yeah. My bad. I'm having a little bit of the bubbly, man. I made him a moderator. If you see the blue icon and the wrench by his name, he is a chat moderator. So I probably will need a couple more guys to do that as well. He's going to make sure the chat stay clean and healthy for us, man. But what was you going to say, TA?
Okay, I just wanted to talk a little bit about Bob Quinn being out here, the interview that he had today, just defining the role.
What, Bob Quinn?
Yeah, Bob Quinn. Yeah, the interview that he had today, just clarifying what role Justin Coleman is going to play on the team. And that's basically, he gave the answer of basically Justin Coleman is going to be a versatile corner for us, which means he's just going to play inside and outside. So what do you guys think about that?
I'll go with that. I'm going to tell you what that really means. He's an inside corner and he's going to play outside if somebody get hurt. That's what it means.
Exactly.
That's exactly what it means.
Nickel. He's nickel. He's a nickel.
Or if Keith Tabor or Jamal Agnew become very good at nickel or even outside, who knows? They might interchange him. But he's what'd you say?
So where does that leave Jamal Agnew?
Well, Jamal Agnew's a weapon, so he's fine. He has a roster spot. I don't even want him playing on defense unless somebody's hurt.
I want him on offense.
He's pure offensive weapon for us, and he's just a matchup problem. But the one thing I like about Agnew on the cornerback side is he really can tackle. I like corners that can tackle.
Yeah, me too. I'm definitely with that right there. I'm definitely.
Yeah, well, man, so with Quinn bringing in the dude from the Raiders, man, what's his name? Rashard something.
Rashawn Melvin.
Yeah, I know a lot of people talking about like he might be a camp body. What y'all think?
I don't know. They gave him what, $3 million? I don't know. I don't know if he could just be a deaf guy. That's what you possibly could be looking at, a guy that's just, deaf on the team. But he could possibly be a starter too. You never know. Because the guy is long, he's rangy. What you think about that?
Well, I've been, you might be in here watching right now. I've been arguing with fans about Rashawn Melvin, saying he's trash, he's not good. Like, don't tell me he's good. And this is why Luke G always say do your research, because the fan told me he was good. So what I do? I did my research right there and went and looked up his Pro Football Focus, and it was nothing but average all around. I'm like, I'm gonna just say this. I don't think he's gonna make the team. If he made the team, we in trouble. And I think he's a camp body. He should be like the 5th cornerback on, because you can never have another cornerback. But I mean, he's just not that good. And that's why I said now that we know Coleman's gonna be on the inside, it concerns me because I don't know who our second corner is, but it will make me happy if we get Murphy or Baker or Rock Yassin or somebody like that. But it lets me know we are corners back up in the first 3 rounds. What do you think?
Luke G is in the building.
Well, wait, hold on. Luke G? Hey, everybody, man, I wish I had this soundboard, dude, because I would give him the boo.
Right, man, you can do it except for those key
still be going to the What's good, Luke G? What's going on, man?
You know we wanted all the smoke with the Packer fan.
Hey, man, what's going on, fellas? Listen. He's out give him the boo. You, dang. Now, listen. What it is I really am trying to create this new segment where I'm talking to people or the teams that we're going against, and so I got some relationships with some people who I got some more videos coming out where we're going to have some interviews and talk with them. And one of the things I really wanted our fan base to see was to see that the people who are not even rooting for our team is like, hey, I take Matthew Stafford.
Well, anybody with a brain would take Matthew Stafford.
Yeah, but if you watch the way if you watch the way the media has portrayed him, then that's what it is. But that's what that was, and it was fun to have Tom Grassi on, man. Tom Grassi is absolutely hilarious, and I enjoyed what he did. So, and look, I got Eric the Lion.
Y'all went on
about time, Luke, you traitor.
Yeah, well, hey, look, well, you're gonna have to listen.
Yeah, he's a traitor guy.
You out, man. You're gonna have to go check out.
I got Beast Mode calling me the cheese. He said, listen, how was the cheese platter?
Yeah. Hey, look, within the first 10 seconds, bro, I went off on you. So you definitely gonna have to go ahead and check that out, man. But just to catch you up to date, man, we pretty much talked about some of the rule changes that they let us know in the chat that the NFL made some rule changes, and one of them was to replay.
Yes. Yeah,
which I hadn't heard of yet, man. But we talked. Yeah, J-Mo asked the question that what do we think about it, man? Should it be more like a college 15-yard penalty, or should it be like it is now, or like how you felt about that?
I think personally, to me, it should be like it is in college. The thing is with the pass interference is this: it's the only play in football where you penalize the crap out of the defense. And think about it: if the receiver bumps into me and initiates the contact, but I'm not paying attention, so I catch the tail end of it. Now they just picked up a huge game with a ball that wasn't even catchable.
Yeah.
Well, I thought there was a rule for that, though. If it was non-catchable, you didn't throw the flag in the first place.
But sometimes they still do it when it's not catchable.
I mean, and they can still do it.
It happened to the Lions.
Right. I mean, it happened to the Lions, right? Now listen to this. Michael Sen says next Luke gonna have a picnic with a Bears fan. Oh my god!
Hey, no, they gonna let you.
Look, listen, y'all know
Yogi and Boo Boo.
Y'all already know. Y'all already know.
Again, listen. I want to be fair. I want to be fair, and I want to be clear. The goal of it is to be able to talk to those teams that we are going to go up against and give y'all a show so y'all can hear what they view is on how they're going to do it. And to me, oh look, Mars Landon says, Luke, you need to
No, you don't, Luke. No, you don't.
That's the Bears guy, right?
No, you don't. Like, Luke, I won't forgive you. Not him.
Chicago tribute.
Yeah.
Oh, you talk. Oh, that's
hey. Don't talk about Judah Trap, man. Judah Trap.
Well, listen,
I literally got a whole diss video on Judah Trap, bro.
Wow.
Well,
crazy.
I'm gonna tell you like this, guys.
Hey, Judah, he trolls everybody.
Since we on my channel and it's a little less structured than Luke's right now, I actually had to block him, guys. He came in to one of my videos, and this dude never bothered me before, but he came in and I said, "Wow, I was wondering how long it was gonna take for you to troll me." And he was like, "Well, I'm here now." I was like, "Well, and you're all, and you're gone now." And just like that, I put Judah Tribe on the block list, man, because I don't have no time for him.
Man, you can't give him no shine, no nothing, bro.
Not him.
I didn't give him.
See, I think what it is. I think what it is with me is this, man. I don't shy away from the conflict. You know what I mean? So if a person is going to come on and have an intelligent conversation, I'm all for it. As long as they have an intelligent conversation. If you want, if you want to come on and you want to say crazy stuff and you want to say outrageous stuff, I'll just end that whole conversation and keep it moving. Right. All
right, let me say something. I like that. Sorry about that, man. Just a couple of things, guys. Once again, the internet connection, I am working on it. So I'm sorry about the lag and stuff like that. Also, listen, guys, about the chat, it's all you're free to say whatever you want as far as stuff like that. But if you use a profanity laced word, then it will be blocked. So that's strictly because of how I like to keep my chat and stuff like that. So Travis I asked him personally to do this. So don't attack him. You can come at me if you have something to say, but I just appreciate everybody that is abiding by the rules and still want to be here with us. So, Luke, as far as the pass interference, man, here's what I was trying to say to J-Mo and TA before you came in, is I think that it's more likely for the defender to kind of be more likely to maul you. You know what I'm saying? Because if they're saying it's 15 yards, if you just smoke this guy and he just decides, well, it's only 15 yards, I can, maul him. And I think that it'll kind of tilt in favor of the defense at that point.
I'm laughing because Micro Mike said, "Is JBC a curse word?" Yes, it is. We don't say that on this show.
JBC,
but yeah.
Well, don't you call them KFC? You call them KFC anyway, Mike.
Hey. But I just want to say, this don't got nothing to do with football, but all prayers to Yusef Nurkic.
I couldn't
even
watch it, man.
Moment of silence for you, even if you don't get it, man. Like prayers.
I almost got sick by seeing that, man.
I couldn't.
I just don't understand how. I don't understand how it keep happening. That it's not just him. It's keep happening to so many players. What is going on that this keeps happening?
I was thinking the same thing.
Is it the shoes? Is it the shoes?
Yeah, I saw people saying like, you got to start wearing ankle braces or something just because.
Yeah, but that right there was a different break.
Yeah, that's like a
wasn't it in his tibia or something like that?
Yeah, tibia and fibula.
I would put it this way though, and just to kind of get it back to football, and and again, we always want to make sure we get praise.
Hey, Luke, this is my channel, baby. This how we do it. This how we do it over here.
To get it back,
this how we do it.
Listen, I'm just saying.
He can't help himself. He can't help himself, man.
For the pass interference, when you was talking about the them getting mauled, it's still gonna be a first down.
Yeah,
it's still gonna be a first down.
That's what I'm saying. People don't like to give up first down.
Yeah, but
right. So if
you don't like to get a first downs, but you're talking about a 41-yard penalty versus a 15.
Okay, think about it like this.
So
you give up that against a quarterback like Stafford, Rodgers, Drew Brees, Tom Brady, Matt Ryan, Russell. Right. Like, what's you think gonna happen giving them free plays?
Exactly. And then on top of giving a free play, put this into a perspective. If, let's say, for example, you do the pass interference for 15 yards, now your defense is out there even longer. Who wants that problem? The longer your defense is out there.
Well, if I got a good defense, I want it.
No, you don't.
Yeah,
trust me.
Listen.
It's good.
I've been on a few good defenses in my lifetime, and I'm telling you, the worst thing that I ever had to experience where we had a game, and I was in college. We had a game, and I swear I got 3 and out, but they had a penalty on that third one. They ended up going on an 18 play drive because of the penalties.
I got
it was tough.
Hey, Luke, y'all couldn't stop him, Luke.
Well, no, we stopped him. We got him off, but every time it came down to third down, it was a penalty. We had, we was having mental breaks in the secondary, so it was just
okay. Well, let me try and get my inner channel, my inner. You know what? We're gonna start calling you Luke instead of Luke G. It's gonna be Luke Cheese. How about that?
Y'all, we can't for that one like that,
Luke
man.
Cheese. No, I know, but I'm just messing.
Y'all is so hilarious. Listen. Here's the thing about it. Though.
Shout out to. Go ahead, man.
Here's the thing about it, man. The thing about what happened today with me and Tom Grassi is not only did you get an insight on how somebody on the outside is looking in on our organization and how they're looking at our players and looking at what we're doing, you got a chance to hear a different perspective on how the division is viewed by other teams. It's one thing when I tell you, hey, Matthew Stafford ain't the problem. It's another when you got other people who want him. Like
no, a lot of stuff. The things he was saying were painful because he basically was like, the Lions gonna find a way to screw it up, no matter what they got, and I know they will. And I was like, hey, that just hurt. But you right in the heart right there.
But you know what? He was just pointing out the fact that the Lions look like on paper that they have teams, and then when it comes time for it to get put together, it's an incomplete product, and that's what he was pointing out, in my opinion.
Yeah, and Tom Grassi is real cool. Man, real funny guy. I'm just harassing Luke. I've seen his channel a couple times during the season. I really was watching him and going back and forth. He's hilarious, man. He's actually like a stand-up comic as well. But so I'm just giving Luke a hard time, man. I already knew what was happening. But I want to give a special shout out to Dirty Rob TV. Him and I kind of got together. Dirty Rob TV in the chat.
Okay, what's up?
We got together. kind of came across. He's a Lions fan. We're gonna have to get him on the show. But he's a Lions. He's got like this. I hope you don't mind, Rob. But he's got like this split alliance with the Patriots and the Lions. Okay, so I'm gonna have to get him on the show one time and see what's up.
Because I'm one of the Lions fans that don't hate the Patriots.
Yeah.
Yeah, well,
now you ain't alone on that though.
I'm gonna do a little.
Hey, J-Mo, I just don't want to see them in a Super Bowl no more. That's my only call.
You know what? Here's the thing.
Somebody needs to stop him. Next time Kareem Hunt, keep him on the team, and this would be happening.
Right, yeah.
Exactly. See,
don't get rid of Kareem Hunt and Patrick Mahomes win the Super Bowl. That's all I'm saying.
Exactly.
And see, I'm with J-Mo on this, man. If that was our team, we wouldn't be talking about something we don't want to see them in the Super Bowl every year. We'd be wanting to see them every year.
Luke, I gotta disagree, Luke. Come on, man. You tell me you want to see the Patriots in the Super Bowl every single season.
Listen, it's not that I want to see that, but I respect greatness, man. Couldn't nobody stop LeBron from getting to the finals?
Exactly.
And he went 9 straight years.
To me, it's not.
If you can't stop him, you want to stop him, do something about it.
And I understand that. I understand where y'all coming from. I understand totally. But I'm just saying, like, come on, man. Somebody got to dethrone these guys.
Listen. Here's the thing about it. You know what makes the story of David and Goliath so special? You know what made that story so special? It's because the little guy had a chance to go against all the impossible odds to show that he was the big bad wolf and that it wasn't nothing that can take him down. And when I look at the New England Patriots,
Daryl Richard got you. I'm sorry, man. Go ahead.
When I look at the Patriots, he got a pack of wallpaper in his basement. You are so wrong.
Oh my
God! They're not gonna let you live that down for a while.
Daryl,
no,
you
man.
get so out cold for that, bro. He's saying.
Yeah, they got you,
I mean,
hey, Luke, if they make it again this year, I'm definitely not watching. I'm going to sleep, man.
Hey, listen, I don't blame you, but the thing is, you're going to watch it anyway. You're going to see, you want to see them. You're going to watch it anyway. You want to see if they're going to get taken down.
No,
and to be honest with you,
man, I'm gonna watch SpongeBob.
When talking
about, I'm gonna find something to watch.
You know, to be honest with you, when talking about the Patriots, to me, it's just a matter of seeing. It's the anger comes in because they doing everything that our teams are not doing, and that's where the frustration comes in. And so, I think we'd be fine if we do that. Now, Daryl Richard says Luke is wearing Brett Favre's Wranglers. You are absolutely right. I have on a pair of Wranglers.
You got a pair of Wranglers on,
Luke? Before we move on to
hey, Luke got the cowboy head
to another topic. I did want to say last thing about the Patriots is. Y'all know they missed the Super Bowl for a decade, right?
Exactly.
Like it was a whole decade where everybody got to, they got to get their stuff off. They came right back around. Like, you know who he is?
Right.
It is what it is. They missed the playoffs for 10 years.
Right.
Now
the Super Bowl
playoffs, man. Like I thought Dallas Cowboys was America's team, but is the Patriots America's team?
Well, look, let me ask y'all. Let me ask y'all, since we on the discussion of playoffs. We on the discussion of playoffs. What is y'all? I want to get y'all individual thoughts, man. I know it's a little early. We ain't drafted yet, but just right now with the free agent moves that they've made and that the Lions kind of, I mean, they getting just a wee bit of notice. They are. What is you guys' expectations, man? We talking about pre-draft. I know you'll be able to tell me more after that, but pre-draft, what would you like to see the Lions do this year? Like, what are your expectations for them this year based on the moves they've made thus far?
My goal, okay, for me, I'm gonna just go ahead and knock it out. Pretty much, man. For me, my expectation for the Lions is to get to the postseason and basically try to get a home playoff game and possibly win that game. That's my goal for the Lions this season. If they can do that and they can turn around with that defense, man, that's what I'm on. So even if I had to predict them and just saying how many games they probably could win, possibly, I'm going to stick around. I'm going to say probably 11. Probably 11 for the Lions.
So what, 11-5?
11-5, yeah.
11-5. All right, so we got Boog Spray says 11-5. Go Lions. What's up, man? He says 12-4. Go ahead, Luke G.
Oh, go ahead, Luke. No.
Well, for me, I feel like me and Mike is on the same page, but for me, it's winning NFC North championship.
Man. Oh, yeah, I forgot about that, Luke. I forgot about that.
That literally guarantees everything. That guarantees you a chance for a home playoff game. That guarantees you a chance to the playoffs. I mean, it sets up everything. So for me, winning that division is it.
Man, you just knocked out 2 birds with 1 stone.
Exactly. And so to me, winning that division is what I'm looking at. You got to get that NFC. You gotta get the NFC North Championship. Now I know that Go Lions is saying the NFC Championship, but nonetheless, we got to win the division first and foremost.
Yeah. We're the only team in the NFC North that has not won the division yet. Everybody else has won the crown, the WWF.
I know that's a sad statistic, man. That's
I don't feel sad because they ain't winning. Only the Patriots are the only ones that actually won playoff games. All the rest of them they lost when they won the division. But what I would say is my expectation is for them to make the playoffs. This is a playoff team. If they don't make it, division champs or not, that my expectations is for them to make the playoffs. And I have to stop there because the Lions haven't shown me they can win a game or, I want them to win a division, but at the end of the day, this is a playoff team. You have to make the playoffs. Yeah. This is a playoff team. This is not this is a playoff team.
Hey, has Ford Field? Hey, you guys, has Ford Field had any playoff games yet?
No, but if we do, we win the Super Bowl. If you don't want to play Matthew Stafford in that dome, you don't want that smoke.
I'm just saying, if you count the PSL championship games, then yeah, they did. But I mean,
you count the who?
The PSL. That's the little football league for the Detroit.
And the Super Bowl. Yeah, the Super Bowl was at Ford Field, right?
But
it was like the Steelers and somebody else.
Eric's a Lions fan. He says, Luke, I disagree. He said, look, I disagree. Let's just make the playoffs first. We haven't been there in a while. Well, here's the thing, Eric. If you win the division, you make the playoffs. So I'm not sure what you're disagreeing with because
but he's saying that basically he kind of saying what I'm saying. Like at the end of the day, regardless where we go, this is a playoff team. If we don't, it would be a disappointment.
Yeah, but if you win the division,
if we don't make the playoffs, it's definitely
we all know what winning the division does. But at the end of the day, the NFC is a murderer's row.
Right, but the question was, what is your expectations? My expectations was
you expect them to win the division.
Yes. Absolutely. I don't have respect. I don't have no respect for the Bears offense. Mitch Trubisky don't scare me. Their receiving core don't scare me. They got a running game, but they don't use it like they supposed to. The defense will be neutralized. And then when I go down to the Vikings, I'm sitting there looking at the Vikings and I'm like, what did they do that's different? They barely beat us and we was half staff.
Okay. So, but what about that? Yeah. What about that dude?
That who?
What about that dude? You were just talking to the fan. What about that dude?
Even he admitted that this could be a rebuild year for him. They got a new head coach with everything new coming in. They went out, spent big money on pass rushing DN / linebackers who can't cover. This is another reason why we need a tight end to expose that. And then on top of that, we already done showed them when they had their starters out there for all those people who want those rookie cornerbacks. FYI, Green Bay had 2 of them out there, and they got exposed by second and third string receivers from the Lions. So I'm just saying, to me, we should be winning in the division. That's how I see it. That's just my expectation.
All right, what you think?
Yeah.
Well, you know what, man, I expect them to win the division and a playoff game. I expect them to go at least in the second round. I want them to at least get obviously they'll get the 4th seed at the very least, but I wouldn't mind a number 2, man. I'm not even gonna lie.
I want to win some games, man. I definitely want to win some games.
Listen, a couple years ago, we had like this outside chance. I think we did to be like, if the perfect storm of things happened, we could have wound up the 1 seed, but the 2 seed was a bit more realistic, and then that kind of went in down the toilet week 15 or 16 and 17, and then we just threw it out the window with Green Bay. But I would like to see a number 2 seed, or like you said, Jay, a number 1, because I think at that point, going into the playoffs, the Lions will start to open the door on respect.
Hey, okay,
like that. I really believe that
home playoff game. Man.
If they get in,
realize how good.
I want that home playoff game, man. Definitely.
Like if they get in another 5 or 6, there's gonna be like, like how many of them teams actually do something? So, but if you 3-4, it's like, okay. But I think for the Lions to establish themselves as a dominance of the NFC, which is what I want them to become, then they need that number 1 or 2. That's what they need. So we're talking 12-4, because the Bears were
no more wild cards, man.
12-4. I just feel like those wild cards didn't win
man.
because those were incomplete teams being carried by, you know, Stafford and Megatron and Sue. Those teams were really kind of trash.
Oh, you mean when they went? Yeah,
they weren't good at all.
They got
like trash teams don't win in the playoffs.
Right.
Yeah, they got exposed.
Well,
they
got
exposed.
I got to make this announcement because I'm going to put it out there. I know we've been into the show a few minutes, but I'm going to put this announcement out here. I'm getting ready to drop a video called "I Got Beef with the NFL Part 2," and I'm going to tell you what my beef is because the more I sit here, and I was trying to save it, but my spirit said sometimes you got to let the church folks know what's going on. Isn't it funny? No, I'm just saying. Think about this for a minute, fellas. Isn't it funny that the Detroit Lions get crapped on and get robbed with this no pass interference, the Calvin Johnson caught it but didn't catch it stuff, and they're not going to change one rule. They're not going to change one rule. But lo and behold, the Saints get cheated on a bad call, and now we can challenge the no calls and all the other stuff.
We already talked about that. We talked about that.
Listen, I'm with you on that. I'm just saying, it's funny to me, though. It's just funny to me that they decided to make that rule change, right? And then here's the thing that stands out to me the most about the rule change that's really bothering me, why I got to make this video, is this. Look at the number of blown play calls on other teams in terms of the frequency of it. Nobody has more blown calls than the Detroit Lions. Why they don't change that dumb 10-second runoff?
I was just about to bring that up. That need to be eliminated.
Right. That's true.
Why don't
and they really got cheated. I mean, I know that's the rule. But later, because what was that? Was that 2 seasons ago or a season? Not last season, but whenever it was. I can't remember what game it was, bro. But I'm literally, no, not that one. Later that year, there was a team. I don't know who it was, but they were, methodical, and they got it off in 7 seconds. And they said that the consistency is, as to why that rule is even in place, is that the average play takes like 8 or 9 seconds or some junk like that for you to form up, snap the ball, all of that. And I watched this team, I can't remember who it was, snap the ball, go from the guy getting up to lining up, like getting up from the play, lining up, setting up, snapping the ball in 7 seconds. Wow. And I said, wow. And I was like, yeah, so that's a good point, Luke. But you already know why, man.
I'm just saying, but like even Dirty Rob TV had to put in there and said, with that rule change, the Lions get 3 more wins. I mean, it's crazy. And it's not just that rule change that bothers me. It's not just that. It's the way that the NFL go about their business when it comes to certain markets versus others. Like, for example, I looked up and I said, like, they already done announced some of the prime games, and I'm like, why don't anybody want to see the Bears and the Packers open up the season? Like, I ain't trying to be funny, but like, they got a new head coach. You got a head coach who already won Coach of the Year. The Packers is going to have their hands full trying to get people to work into their new system, but yet they getting all these prime games. It's like
well, you know the Packers get all the prime games regardless.
Yeah, Packers gonna get it. But Aaron Rodgers, baby.
But it ain't just them though. Even when you talk about the Dallas Cowboys, who I call Detroit Lions 2.0, because every time we drop somebody, they pick them up. Shout out to Kyrie Hyder on the Cowboys. So I'm just saying, it's one of them things where I look at it and I'm saying, like, I got to do this. I got beef video, because if you're going to sit there and keep changing rules because one person's upset, I just find it to be ridiculous. I mean, what you going to come up with next? Lay the quarterback down?
Yeah. Before we move on, I do want to say this is a fun fact. The Lions have like the most ratings when we on national TV. We kill everybody. I remember when we played that New York game on Monday night. That's why that Jets game on Monday night was such a big deal, because everybody, I don't know why they like watching Lions games on prime time, but everybody was watching.
So we can embarrass ourselves.
And I remember when we played the Vikings on Thanksgiving and beat them, that was the most viewed game of the entire season besides the Super Bowl. So, you know, you put us on prime time. I don't know why people like watching this. Maybe they want to see us lose. I don't know what it is. But we need more prime time games. It's disrespectful.
Yeah, but then listen, they turn around and had the audacity to bring up taking away the Thanksgiving game. This is this is why I got this beef with the NFL. Because
wait, hold on, Luke. Hold on, man. Hold on. Wait a minute. Wait 1 second, because you was addressing the primetime
right.
game,
I'm talking about the primetime game, and Thanksgiving game is a primetime game, and a few owners.
Well, it's a
primetime.
Yeah, I thought primetime was kind of like national TV, but at a certain time of hours.
No, it's national TV in general.
I get what you're saying. It's nationally tested.
I mean, so every Monday night football game is primetime. Every Thursday night.
Yeah, but even
Sunday night.
Even if I took Derek's definition with primetime is, Thanksgiving is that. It's the first game you see while you eating your food, getting fat, gaining weight, and chilling. It's the first thing you see.
Eating Doritos and Haagen-Dazs ice cream.
Okay, let's go back to this then. Your question was about the Packers and Bears opening the season, right? Like as far as all right. So how many games didn't the Lions open the season on Monday Night Football?
Yes,
they did.
And they laid a giant fat egg, right?
No.
The Lions. What do you mean? No.
No.
Yes.
I'm gonna tell you
they
why.
got embarrassed by Sam Darnold.
Oh, because I forgot because I forgot.
I'm gonna tell you why.
Because we talked about it. Go ahead.
The reason you can't say they laid a fat egg is because, one, you're talking about the same thing that they're doing with the Packers. It's a new head coach who's coming into the league. That was his first time being a head coach. He literally didn't start a number of people, i.e. Glover Quinn and a few others, and he didn't make no adjustments. It was a learning curve. There was nothing about laying the egg there, on top of the fact that he didn't even change the play calling, even though they practiced with him. So,
but see, the thing is, you said,
picks.
But it's not.
But what about our other primetime games though?
Yeah, but see, this is the thing though. When you go through on average and you look at the Detroit Lions on average compared to other teams, we don't get a lot of primetime games. The Dallas Cowboys have the most primetime games alongside. They get more primetime games than the New England Patriots.
Oh, you just mean overall? You mean overall?
Yeah, they're America's team.
Okay, well, somebody do that.
No, they're not.
I mean, you know what I mean. You know what I'm
saying
it from that standpoint, like, America's team.
I'm trying to find this, guys, and somebody in the chat hook me up. I'm trying to.
I don't know why.
I want to talk about something.
Somebody want to talk about Trent Richardson. What's going on with him?
Okay. 1 second though. 1 second. Okay. Last year, how many primetime, including, we know we had 2 at least, right? Thanksgiving every year, and we opened the season and on primetime TV. I want to say we had to have at least. Didn't we have a Sunday night game and another Monday? We was in prime time at least 4 games last year.
Games.
We had a lot of prime time.
We had 6.
Okay,
so we didn't have 6 last
why
year.
do we?
Yes, we did.
We had 4.
We had 6.
We had a lot of
man.
games on TV.
We had 6.
Wait, hold on.
So here's the thing:
the Jets.
I don't know about y'all.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know about y'all, but Monday night takes forever. And if I'm gonna stay up and watch that game, I want it to be entertaining. And the Lions are not entertaining. And that's what it is. They want views on. We ain't gonna bring them no views.
Did you hear what I just said?
I heard J-Mo
just said we get the most views.
I know you did, but what I'm saying is once you start losing, don't you think they don't change the channel?
We're
the only ones that's gonna really stick around and watch.
They want to make fun of
us.
us.
The truth is this. The truth is this. The most unwatchable game in the NFL is on Thursdays. I mean, this is just facts. Okay, it's the most unwatchable game. Outside of that, it's those games over in London. Okay, so all that.
I don't even know why they got those.
I mean, you just skipped over Canada. They right next door. I mean, let's start with. Can we start there?
So, Luke G, what was all the primetime games we had? Because I thought we only had 4.
I believe we had 2. We had 2 late night games. We had 1
Bears game.
Yeah, I'm trying to think of. We had the Thanksgiving game. That's 3. We had the Monday night game. That's 4, and we had 2. The
Sunday night games too.
That 4 p.m. game, whatever that 4 or 4:30 p.m. Those are considered.
That's not prime time.
That ain't prime time, man.
Yeah, man. Prime time is Sunday night.
We talking about Monday night
or Thursday.
Thursday.
That's what I said. We only had 4 because it was the Jets. We beat the Patriots. We played the Packers, and we played the Vikings, or played the Bears on Thanksgiving.
I'll go back and look at their schedule, and I'll tell you the games that they had that was considered games that were rating getting primetime games. Anybody, I mean, why you think the Cowboys always play at 4 o'clock versus that 1 p.m.? Because most people are in church. So that 4 p.m. game gets more views because those people are now out of church. That's why you see that. But I'm just trying.
Hey, they got DVR, man.
I was like, yeah, that's
right. Listen,
I'm just recording while you ain't. Yeah.
Listen, I'm telling you.
I want to talk about something, guys. I want to talk about something.
Go ahead.
I want to. Hey, guys, let me come to the table. Hey, I want to talk about. I want to talk about this. The Detroit Lions. They're saying right here. This is some news right here. They're saying that the Detroit Lions need a backup QB, but Matthew Stafford's contract is making it hard. What do you guys think about that?
You said,
yeah. Stafford's contract is making it hard. They're saying that the Lions possibly can try to get a quarterback.
Wait, who is saying?
I was about to say,
where's this news coming from?
This is what is that? Dave
Burkett trash up.
Yeah. Detroit Free Press is saying that because of Stafford's big contract.
I'm not trying to blame Stafford for not getting a backup quarterback. Like, I'm talking in a calm voice because otherwise
that's great.
Are y'all really trying to blame Stafford for not getting a backup quarterback? Are you serious right now? How much cap space we got?
Wow.
But
okay, hold on. So who would they get though? Who would they?
Don't matter. We got the money. All that cap space, y'all better. Ooh.
Wait, hold on.
But you know, they trying to be J-Mo. They trying to be a little stingy with the money for the second quarterback. They don't want to give up a lot for that because that's
their fault. What they got to do with Stafford? Like y'all, these reporters kill me.
And plus,
right? But it's something that I did want to talk about though. Do you think that the quarterback takes up majority of the salary, and should he be taking up majority of the salary, even though he's the face of the team?
The quarterback is the most important player on the team. So, in any sport, most important player gets paid the most.
I mean, to me, the facts boil down to this. To be honest, you're asking two different questions, and to go back to the fact of they're trying to get a quarterback, but Stafford's contract is taking it up. In my best possible worst voice, in the commander-in-chief, fake news. Okay, come on, let's stop this. Let's stop. Let's be for real, people. Let's be for real.
Because they got Connor Cook already, right?
Listen. There's no problem getting. How much you want to pay the backup?
Exactly, Luke. Why you think I had to talk in a calm voice? Because I was about to snap.
Here's my thing. Here's my thing, people. The Lions are sitting with 24 to $28 million at this point. Okay, and that's that's without even having to account for the 9 draft picks. Okay, so they'll get money back depending on how many people they draft. Okay, this is not the days where we were giving up high contracts to the first overall pick. Okay, what's really should be discussed here is what you brought up, in my opinion, TA, which is should the quarterback be the highest paid player? No, in my opinion, it should be whoever's giving you the most impact for your buck, because you ain't gonna convince me that Jared Goff should be higher paid than Aaron Donald
or Todd Gurley.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah. These guys have more of an impact than that. And so the quarterback position has been given it because they have more responsibility and they take all the blame and get all the praise, which that should not happen too. But that's another story. See, J-Mo, we finna switch places. I'm going back to my conference.
Let me
what they put out there. You know what I'm saying? You got to talk about what the reporters is putting out there on the team.
Man, all the reporters.
Well, let me come here real quick, guys. So once again, sorry about the internet. I'm really noticing it now, guys. So I hear that now, so that's going to be a priority. Also, man, oh man, these phone lines. I tried my best. Luke, you got to say something. I tried my best. I mean, the little hair that I have left is falling out because I tried my best to get these things. I tried my best to get this. I know, man. I tried my best to get these phone lines, and I'm still working on. I mean, losing sleep. YouTube video after YouTube video, me and Luke up, late hours trying to get this thing, and I cannot figure it out, but I am working on that. I mean, just night and day, man. So the goal is to have them up as soon as possible. So I just wanted to say that we got that coming to this channel soon as I can figure this out. So I just want y'all to stay tuned for that. So listen, guys, I know TA, You felt some kind of way, like you was a little excited about them missing out on Malcolm Brown, man. So let's talk about that, man. Let's talk about this running back situation.
No, I really didn't care about Malcolm Brown.
I know. When I saw your video, dude, I was like, man,
I was with Luke, man. I was with Luke on this one, man, because I feel like the Lions.
J-Mo, I ain't even want him at all.
Yeah, and J-Mo on this. I'm with them on it. You know what I'm saying? I think that the Lions need to get a rookie, man, running back. They need youth, man. We need youth. We can't have all these old running backs. Not saying that Malcolm is old or anything like that, but just saying we need the youth movement in the backfield, man. We need some younger guys back there. We need some guys that can play. You know what I'm saying?
Okay, so you're okay. Obviously, that's no doubt. But you're okay with them using one of their 9 picks,
on a running back,
barring they don't trick on a running back.
I'm cool with that.
Okay. All right. Well, once again, I'm all on in the alley by myself.
I was saying about Malcolm Brown. I'm so sick. I'm so glad we didn't get him because I'm so sick of the Lions. They will always find a way to put a trash player on this team. Rashawn Melvin, I'm putting you on the block too. Now, Malcolm Brown, it's like we can't find a way to not put trash players on the team. I'm not saying Malcolm Brown is all trash, but is he good? Is he even average?
How good is
he even better than a third running back on a great running back having team? Like, he's just not. Like, why? Why? What is he gonna do?
Right.
Okay.
Hey, can he carry Zach Zenner's jock scrap?
Man, can he do any worse? Thunder in that boy.
Wait, hold on. Can he do any worse than LeGarrette Blount? I mean, seriously.
Yeah, but can Zach Zenner do any worse?
Could he do any worse than LB?
No, but can he do any better than Zenner and Carry-On?
Maybe not Carry-On because he's not gonna get the touches probably. But I think he could do better than. Well, I mean, it's a moot point now, but I think he could have done better.
What has he shown?
I'm not saying that he's bad. I'm not
Zenner. Zenner got 4 yards per carry his whole career, man.
Well, only because yeah, but I mean, right now you got 2 guys that's on can get injured. Zach Zenner had the back situation, but this guy had the clavicle, so. He got hurt against us, so I don't really know how good. And that's what I'm looking at. I mean, I wouldn't have mind if we had him, but I'm kind of looking at that. He did get, ironically, he got injured against us when we played him in week 13.
Wow. Yeah, we killed running backs.
I mean,
we heard running backs.
Obviously, for real, man. So what, Luke? I know what's your thoughts, man?
I mean, my thoughts are that the Lions, when they signed them, all I cared about was what the contract was. When I saw 2 years, I went, oh, well, they're not drafting a running back. And the fact that the offer got matched was a blessing in disguise because I'm with TA, man. It needs to be a youth movement. There are too many running backs coming out this year, and Travis is hitting on a bunch of them from Bryce Love to Devin Ozigbo to Hill. I mean, so many people you're going to have a shot at.
Yeah, it's a lot of running backs
that you're going to have a shot at in terms of running back. I just didn't see the reason. I mean, and I get it. The deal that they gave him was dirt cheap. But when I saw 2 years, I was like, he's not getting cut. I'm not going to cut somebody who I got on less than the league minimum for 2 seasons. So I was happy that I was happy that it was a failed attempt and
experiment. Yeah.
TA went hard. Thing about it though,
TA went hard. TA was
it's just like with Malcolm Brown. Like, we know what he is. I mean, Denver Broncos drafted a running back that I wanted a whole lot, Royce Freeman. He had a great rookie season. But then they drafted Phillip Lindsay in the 7th round. Like, what I'm saying is that unknown fact. We know what Malcolm Brown is, but for all we know, we can get a Phillip Lindsay. We know what he is.
I'd rather take the unknown. Why would they try to make a trade to go get Freeman then?
Hey, go get him. I love Freeman, man. He good running back.
Yeah, I thought, because I thought Freeman was going to be the starter, and then all of a sudden I see this Phillip Lindsay cat, and I'm like, man, what's going on?
Well, but that's the thing, though. Freeman still averaged 4 yards a carry with that, though. So
one of the questions that I'm seeing a lot of in the chat is people like Zach Zenner, and they don't know why they don't use him much. The reason why they don't use Zach Zenner much is because Zach Zenner is a straight north and south runner. He's not going to create anything extra on the run. When you hand him the ball, he's going to take what you give him right up the gut.
Yeah, he's not a home run hitter. Yep.
Yeah, so that's why they don't use him that much. If he had a little bit more wiggle in his butt, and yes, Michael saying is correct, Lindsey was an undrafted running back, but But with Zach Zenner,
hey Luke, and the fact that Zach Zenner is a doctor too, so we got to preserve the doctor.
Is he a special teamer too? That's why.
Right. I mean, but it's just the fact that he doesn't do anything to change directions. There have been times where there have been cutback lanes, and Zach Zenner just take what he gets. Carry see a cutback lane and act like Spider-Man and somehow web his way around there. So that's why they're not using Zach Zenner more. And then Joseph Murdoch says the big question that will ZZ do with the opportunity given now that Bevel and offensive coordinator and a new running back coach, ZZ has had this kind of chance to shine. He did it in preseason and then never got to play. Again, he doesn't bring anything outside of just running north and south. And so
the thing is, though,
we need one of our
Zach Zenner, he's going to be productive. And that's what I like about him.
Yeah, he is productive. I do like Zach Zenner. I'm not.
You see Mars Landon comment, Luke?
What did he say?
You see that? He said,
we gonna ignore that.
But I hate Khalil Hodge want to be a Raider.
Yeah, he liked the Raiders, man. You can't, that's just his team he likes.
Yeah, liking the Raiders and want to be a Raider is two different things.
Yeah,
I mean, right. Right. It's two different things when talking about a person. Like, for example, every player that come out in the draft have a favorite team. That don't mean they're going to get drafted by their favorite team. You know what I mean? So,
right, yeah.
But you will notice that when they get drafted, they all say all the right stuff. Like all of a sudden, if you ask Ezekiel Elliott, Emmitt Smith, the greatest running back in NFL history. Like, really, bro? Right. Really?
Come on now. Come on now, man.
I mean, the dude Don Bird said, go get Jordan Howard. We can't get Jordan Howard because we would have to trade for him.
Yeah.
So that's a no.
I don't think the Bears would trade him to us anyway.
But the question becomes, Don Bird, what are you willing to give up for Jordan Howard? Because you're not going to get him free. What are you willing to give up to him? Now, Big Rube wants us to talk about it.
Would you give him Marvin Jones?
Listen, can we stop with that?
What'd you just say?
No.
No, don't stop me, TA.
I ain't think you heard that.
Listen.
No, he don't go out with he don't go out.
No, you don't put some respect on our receiver's name.
Listen. First of all, people, let's do this, okay? Let's do this, people. If you want to know what's going to happen with Marvin Jones, go to overthecap.com, okay? And in overthecap.com, it would allow you to see all your favorite players and favorite teams' contracts. And when you look at Marvin Jones's contract, and I don't even have it in front of me right now, but I can't remember the number. If they release or trade Marvin Jones right now, they're taking a $5.5 million cap hit to only get $3 million back. So they're essentially losing over $2 million in cap hit. If they just let him play and wait till next year, they get a $6 million savings for a $1.5 million cap hit. They're not trading Marvin Jones unless it's a deal that's too good to pass up. Something that's so good that it's going to change the team. If they don't get that offer,
Gridiron, before you round back the show, what do y'all have issues with Marvin Jones? Like, this dude is one of the best receivers in the league.
No, I don't have any issues with him. No, I don't have any issues with him. I just figured, like, okay, you got rid of Golden Tate. Let's go ahead and just do a clean sweep then. If you got rid of Golden Tate,
was old.
Let's go. You got rid of Marvin
Jones. Man, y'all killing me with this old man. Goodness, bro.
Let's go to the
like Marvin's in the prime of his career, and he's balling. I don't understand.
Right, we know he just got hurt last season.
The Lions fans are the only fans that when a player give you production, you want to get rid of him. Like, this ain't making no sense.
The thing that I don't get is this.
Well, Luke, what did you say?
Because everybody said they won't go to
over the cap.
Overthecap.com. Overthecap.com. And what that would do is it would allow you a chance to see all those contracts, man. And all you got to do is go through it. Now, if you can't read decimal points, I can't help you with that. Okay, but no, I'm serious. But I'm telling you, y'all have to be able to understand something. It's going to cost the Lions more money to move Marvin Jones unless there's a deal that you just can't pass up. And I don't think that deal exists. And to me, I'm listening.
So Luke, the question is, do you think we taking another receiver in the draft? Do you think that?
It says that his cap number, I see it. His cap number.
I know a lot of people, we yelled out names and we want Hakeem Butler.
The truth is this.
Hollywood Brown.
The truth is this. I'm gonna be honest with you. The truth is this. the Lions, the more I look at the draft and the more I look at what their needs are and what their glaring needs are, receiver is not one of them. When they sign Danny Amendola, we could thank the Gridiron Blitz Derek P. Fields for that. When they signed him, that ended that whole dream altogether.
And after watching Luke G's mock draft thing yesterday, yeah, I don't think we getting a receiver.
I mean, it's hard.
You don't think we? Because
hard.
I know people. You know what I'm saying? I mean, you know, some of the people in the comment section I didn't see before say, "What about Hakeem Butler? What about these different receivers?"
I would love.
Why do you want top guys when you already got top guys? It's not making sense.
Because they probably want to get rid of Jones. I think people want to get rid of Jones, man. I don't know why.
Why? When have the Lions in their history ever had a second receiver as good as Marvin Jones?
Listen, here's the thing, man. Listen,
Johnny Moore.
Every time somebody bring up Montez Sweat, okay.
Wait, somebody brought up Sweat.
No, I'm saying, listen, like, because I know it's coming.
No.
I know it's coming.
You gotta forgive them, man. Hey, I don't think. Hey, you don't look. They know not to mention Sweat when you in the chat. If they was gonna do that, they was gonna do that before you came in. Oh, wait, Eric said he did. Where you at, Eric? Wait, hold on.
Hey, we're gonna leave the Sweat, Eric.
Listen,
Eric the Lions fan.
I wish I had the Sweat, man.
Listen,
don't bring up Sweat.
Listen, I'm just saying. This is how I feel about taking somebody. In terms of like taking, say, Montez Sweat or taking a Rashard Gary. Or even trading.
Hey, but what if Rashawn Gary end up being a beast?
He won't.
I was about to say that's not gonna happen. Dog. Like there's no way.
You don't know that though. You don't know that. You don't.
No, I do know
that. Listen, I tell you what. Rashard Gary gonna end up being a beast about the same amount as I am going to end up 8 feet tall. It's just not happening.
I don't know. Y'all heard that?
Some type of.
I don't know.
But I'm
Don Bird said you can never have enough talent at no position. But so you telling me you gonna get a receiver we don't need instead of getting a cornerback we need, or a linebacker we need, or a tight end we need, or offensive lineman we need?
And I'm telling you, every time I'm just gonna tell y'all right now. Every time I hear Rashard Gary, every time I hear Montez Sweat, every time I hear Trey Marvin Jones, y'all, this is all you're gonna get from me.
That was you. That was you.
You're not going to get anything else from me. You're going to get a simple, let me get my tone together. Let me get it together one more time. And you're going to get this tone there. And here we go.
Man, you had me thinking, I'm over here unplugging stuff. I'm thinking that's me.
Listen.
Man, you got me freaking out.
I'm just being honest, man. It's it says Luke's player pool for the draft is like 3 guys. Listen, Mike says Luke's player pool for the guys is like 3 guys: Hockenson, Hodge, and Ozigbo.
Right. Hey, I don't have a sound effect, man, but you get it. Hey, Luke. He got him in order.
Hey, Luke.
Look, this dude done taken over the show on my channel. He done taken it over, bro.
With a beast, he won't watch the streams anymore.
Hey,
well, thank you, Beastmo. You'll be watching us for years to come.
You can't predict that, man.
Yes, you can.
Listen,
I hate when people say you can't predict stuff, man. You can.
You cannot predict what somebody's going to do in the NFL. You don't know.
I totally get what you're saying.
You can only see from what you saw in college.
Right. But I totally get what you're saying. But what did you see in college?
Yeah, that's the one question that nobody can answer
until someone on his back.
And the truth is this:
until somebody comes in, Luke will always win this debate because every time he asks that question, it's the same response.
You don't
it's like Luke. Hey, Luke, I gotta say this, Luke. It's like you only drafted 3 people in the draft.
Listen,
Hodge,
right.
Who is Zigbo?
Yes,
and Hockenson.
That's it.
Stay with this. If I can have 13 draft picks, but if I get 3 studs, I don't care. The goal is to get the talent. Too often we go by the names, and the media is force feeding us those names, so we draw interest into that. Those are not the people you should be watching, people. Okay, you got to ask yourself this question. Okay,
why can't I get Ja'Kai Polite then?
Oh, you mean talk about Ja'Kai Polite? I talk about Ja'Kai Polite.
Yeah, why can I get him?
Okay, let's talk about Ja'Kai Polite.
I know he undersized, but he might be a beast out there.
Oh, listen, forget the size. The size ain't got nothing to do with it. Let's just talk about his best game. Okay, Ja'Kai Polite has had some very good games, right? But one of the things that I think, if you're going to be a DN or a stand-up outside linebacker, you need to be able to assist in the run. Show me the game where he's doing that. That ain't what he want now. If you want a guy to just chase people, then put Romeo Okwara on the outside and let him run. But I don't see no reason for us to go and get Ja'Kai Polite, and then they run the ball right at him, and the first thing he gonna do is get swallowed up in the block. I don't
want to be no chump, Luke, over there, man. I gotta go do my research.
Messing with something.
And listen, I take it a step further. In terms of Rashard Gary, people kept on saying, "Oh, Maurice Hurst gonna be a monster." How that's working out? Hold on. This.
I told you. Look, this is 1 year, man. It's only 1 year. Welcome to Luke G's field review. What up, Doug?
It ain't even that. It's just that, like, I'm seeing these names, man, and these names is popping up, and I'm thinking to myself, like, okay, let's be honest about this, people. You got to be able, if you're going to tell me a player is good, please tell me something other than he ran a 4.4, because I have never seen a lineman or a linebacker run a straight line to the quarterback. Show me where they're doing it at.
The linebacker?
Where was the 4.4 speed at in the Outback Bowl? He wasn't getting double teamed. Where was that 4.4 speed at?
Hey, Luke, I don't want to be no chump, Luke. So I gotta go. I gotta do.
Rashawn Gary. Before we, get back focused. I always look at schools and what positions they develop, because as much as people want to deny it, certain schools develop certain positions. There are no top 10. No, there are no good defensive ends from Michigan. Zero.
Now listen,
I won't Rashawn Gary to prove us wrong, man.
But
hey, Eric. Eric, this is Eric, Alliance fan. Yes, bro. This is what it's like. We usually have it on Luke G's channel, because he's got the phone lines. But this is what it's like,
Eric,
man.
Eric,
he crushed all
of my dreams. Eric, I'm not trying to crush your dreams. I'm not trying to crush no Lion fans' dreams. I don't. All I'm saying is do your research. You can't just look at the combine numbers and say, "Oh, he's going to be great." Vernon Golston ran a 4.5. Okay, he put up 225, 37 reps. How did that work out? Okay, I remember the year that Calvin Johnson came out. Everybody was saying, "Take Russell." What's the quarterback name? Russell.
Jamarcus Russell?
No, the quarterback, Jamarcus Russell. Everybody, the Lions should draft Jamarcus Russell.
Yeah.
And I kept telling,
because at the time we had Kittner, right? Wasn't it Kittner? Kittner was our quarterback. Listen,
I can't remember who the quarterback was at this moment, but I'm telling you, I remember.
It was Kittner.
I remember that they were saying we should take Jamarcus.
No, I think Joey was gone by then.
Regardless of who the quarterback was, the bottom line is we got to come.
Look, that's what we talking about, man. We having a debate over here about who the quarterback is. But
what I'm saying is we have to be able to look past those combine numbers. I'm not trying to crush y'all dreams. I'm just saying don't get caught up in that track and field. Thank you, D-Town.
Well, he said it was Culpepper. Travis Troxel says it was. Listen,
I wasn't even gonna speculate. All I knew is this. I knew that it was a lot of people.
What's up, baby?
Who was buying off into the whole trend of doing it. And D-Town says the best line that I've seen. It's not track and field, it's football. Thank you.
Wow.
Thank you.
Look, this dude, man, listen.
But you gotta
if you using the mixer,
right? You gotta act like
if you using the mixer, we could have been done it over here, man.
Listen.
Dude. All right, shout out to somebody I've never seen, Truth Teller 2011. Is he from your channel?
Dallas Clark. I've never seen him. What, Dallas Clark is the top 10 defensive end? What?
Dallas Clark?
Top 10?
I don't see no name.
I'm guessing he must be from Michigan.
It just said
who is Clark?
Clark is a top 10. He didn't say who the first. It's a lot of Clark. Clark is a very typical name. So
no, I'm saying, but what only person I know is what defensive end last name is Clark.
Frank? Is it Frank?
Green Bay got a Clark, but again,
nobody top 10.
Hey, listen, you can't mention Green Bay this entire show, bro. No more cheese, no more Green Bay. I don't want the words green or bay.
Every time I say anything about cheese, I'll just punch myself, man. My bad.
Yeah, just do a punch, man.
Frank Clark.
Yeah,
I like him, but he's not top 10, bro.
He's saying Frank Clark is the top 10 DN. Oh, okay.
No.
Okay.
Well, you know what? My bad, guys. Somebody in the chat a minute ago, more like 45 minutes ago, brought up the Damon Snacks Harrison talk as to what you guys think we should do with this guy. As far as paying him and stuff like that. Like, how do you guys feel about Snacks?
I think they should just do him the same way the New England Patriots do all the other players. You play to earn your contract. If he ball out, you give him another year. If he don't, you let him walk and you draft somebody the next year's draft. That's just simple.
They ain't lose much nicer than me. I was just gonna say he's done regardless.
Yeah.
He just draft somebody next year because he's about to be 30, right?
He about to be
already 30.
Man, y'all are killing me, bro. It's 30 is old and cause I know, man, but you gotta understand, I'm the oldest person on me and TA. But when y'all say 30, man, I'm just like, dude.
But we talking about old in sports though. 30 is the cutoff age for every sport except for like hockey and baseball.
Okay, I got you.
Like when a basketball player get 30, it's about to be over.
Like go and look at Jordan.
I hope Rashawn
in his late 20s and look at Jordan at the 30. You ain't gonna tell me that's the same Jordan.
No, it's not. Michael came in give me 35. Like, come on.
I mean,
come on.
35 and 35. The truth is this, and this is one of the things, because I had people come on my page and tell me, oh, I was wrong about some people. And I'm like, yeah, I was wrong. I didn't expect for the Lions to sign Trey Flowers because I knew it was going to cost $18 million. Well, I wasn't wrong that it was $18 million. And what I didn't know was this.
Trey wanted the money.
Right. But what I didn't know was this. I didn't know that they was going to get that man to play for $6 million on the first year. Who knew that? Who knew that they was going to do that? Who knew that they was going to talk a veteran tight end like Jesse James into taking a 5th-year option so that they can have even less money to come off the books? Who knew that they're going to get 3 free agents for $13 million for the total year?
Luke. Luke, okay. I got something for you.
We got somebody in the chat said Vince Wilfork was 35. Come on, man. And then he says LeBron is 36. LeBron 34. But he still ain't the same LeBron. Like, are we serious?
No, he getting older.
No, he was talking about his hairline. Well,
he just got. He gonna have to cut it bald. That's all.
But y'all know LeBron don't want to do that because then as soon as he cut his
and put a headband on his head,
they're gonna swerve it down. He's trying to be like Jordan. So,
but it's okay. He can rock the headband again.
Listen, he need to do the same thing.
No, man, he got that hairline fixed, so it's a wrap.
He need to do the same thing.
Because they got. Hey,
this is a perfect
man weaves out here now.
Excuse. Hey, listen. You know what, guys? That brings me to my. That was a perfect segue to my sponsor. The sponsor of today's show is Lipogain Minoxidil. If your hairline is receding, go ahead and check that out. Lipogain for men helps the hairline. All right, now back to
Stephen A. He will send you some of that.
Oh yeah,
to me,
you all get a free bag.
Let me ask y'all a question. Because I've been thinking about this, and I've really been curious to it. Right, I've been really curious to it. We know that the draft is coming up. We know that the season is getting ready to come up. We know all the different little things, these different little variables. Here's my real question for you guys. This season finna come up. Do y'all think that if the Lions for any reason start out 0-4, that they will fire Matt Patricia?
Yeah.
Wait, what? I'm sorry, you broke up.
I didn't break up. I keep trying to tell you, got to get the internet together, but okay.
Listen, man, I already said that about 3 or 4 times before you got here. I'll plug it again, guys. When that YouTube check come in this time, I invested in the router and the modem. All right, go ahead.
But no, I mean, if they start off 0-4, because I know a lot of people is calling for Matt Patricia's job. If they start off 0-4, do you think that they will fire him? Like, so how many games do you think they got to
go?
No, I say no.
Yeah, I'm going to tell you this, and they're probably not, out of all of the DVE members, out of every Detroit YouTuber, probably besides There Goes Mobby, there is not a bigger Matt Patricia fan than me. But I guarantee you, if he start 0-4, he is gone. Like, they might get rid of the whole team.
I think so too.
I think so. Like, you can't start 0-4.
Okay, but if he go If he go,
hey,
Bob
man,
Quinn
even
got to
Jim
go right.
Caldwell, he was 1-7, but at least he won a game after 3 losses. Like he didn't start.
They finished 6-2.
Hey, but look how cutthroat Arizona was out here. They cut Steve Wilkes with 1 year.
They weren't playing around.
1 year. They weren't playing around.
I mean,
look,
I can't
really
blame them.
Matt Patricia and Bob Quinn are now connected at the hip. They got to go together. If they get rid of one,
their package deal.
They got to get rid of the other. That's
I
how
don't buy that at all.
I do.
I don't buy that at all.
The thing
I don't buy that at all.
The thing that
wait, what you say, Luke?
The thing that stands out to me about that is I used to think that they was attached at the hip, but I don't believe so. One of the things is with Bob Quinn, his players are getting on the field. Okay, his players are getting on the field, but I think that it would just basically just be something a little bit different. They'll probably get him 1 more year. The Lions like what he's done as a draft, as in terms of drafting, and. I don't think that they're going to be tied at the hip because for you to fire the head coach and the GM and at the 4 games, that's rough.
Yeah,
well,
okay. When you grab
Kerryon
Kerryon Johnson and Kenny Galladay, you ain't getting fired no time soon.
Okay, so you saying Matt Patricia go, but Bob Quinn
stay?
That's what you say.
Oh man.
Yep.
I think Bob Quinn gonna be here.
Man,
I think Bob Quinn gonna be here forever, man.
Hey, man,
Like,
they a bundle
So
back.
wait. So let me ask you something. Up until this point, what has Bob Quinn done that will say that he's safe over Matt Patricia?
I just told you.
Like seriously,
Johnson and Kenny Galladay.
Yeah, he did all that. He did all that. He did all that.
Look
But
at
what?
Who
Wait, hold on.
Three top free agents into $13 million for a season, and make one.
Okay, but here's the thing. But here's the thing: you got to produce results.
Yeah, you do.
And right now, we don't got nothing. We at the bottom of our division.
Let me ask you a
right
question.
now.
Let me ask you a question.
So
wait.
Hold on.
I guarantee you this, man.
And then,
Stafford would be gone before Bob Quinn. And I hate saying that. Y'all know how much I love Stafford, but
that'd be terrible.
Going nowhere.
That'd be terrible, man.
Yeah, I thought he was gone last year.
That'd be terrible.
I think y'all underestimate how much the faithfulness is to the GMs here. I mean, Matt Miller was here how long? And what results?
About 40 years.
That was just terrible. That was terrible, and he shouldn't even been brought up because that's a whole nother like that is the most disgusting thing I've ever seen. How he kept surviving year after year after year. But here's what I'm saying about Bob Quinn. Okay, you got you 4 years into the game. All right. Now, Luke, I'll say now, J-Mo, I don't know about you. But I know Luke saw it. Luke has seen it coming. He's seen the gradual building, stuff like that. He probably wasn't tripping on Frank Ragnow like I was, stuff like that. But my thing is, you got to win, man. You got to produce results. I don't care what you got work for the current franchise you are. So everybody always calling us the Detroit Patriots or whatever. I like what he's done thus far. But I'm just saying he don't survive the chopping block is what I'm saying. And here's my thing about if Matt Patricia go, why I feel like he got to go. All right. You rock with Caldwell his first 2 years, right? It was his first 2 years that he rocked with Caldwell, and then his 3rd year he had Patricia. Yeah. So if you gonna go, then we're gonna have that same thing again where the new GM it's not his guy and all of this stuff. And I just feel like everybody knew that Matt Patricia was coming here. Yeah, I knew he was coming here. You can go check the video archives. Yeah. I said he was coming here. He was coming here because his boy was here. Right. And that's why I think that's why Danny Amendola, I got to get my DA in once a show. But no, listen. He was when he knew who sent me that video, Travis sent me a video of him rocking he had a Detroit hat like as soon as he got off the plane when he was in the airport. He already knew he was signing here. He knew he was signing here.
Well, he was just waiting to be released.
Why did he know he was signing here?
Okay, I'm gonna say this about what you said. After that goes on, look, I was saying this. But look,
I didn't even get to finish, man. Okay, but
this is where you're missing the point. We not the New England Patriots. We not the Pittsburgh Steelers. We not the San Francisco 49ers. Like the Lions and winning. He doesn't have to win. You actually think he has to win to stay here? I'm being dead serious. He don't have to win to stay here. All he has to do is have good drafts and good contracts. Because everybody is gonna get blamed before Bob Quinn. That's why I said Stafford will get moved before Bob Quinn. He doesn't have to win here. I'm sorry to say it like that, but he doesn't. Nobody is winning.
So that means Patricia's already on the hot seat then.
No, Patricia's on the hot seat. I'm talking about Bob Quinn. Right, as long as he's drafting well, like what if Stafford is going and he draft another great quarterback? Like then what? Like he ain't going nowhere. This is the Lions we talking about. Martha Ford had this dude. I ain't gonna mention his name for years. Bob Quinn probably and GMs don't really get fired that often. Like it rarely happens unless you're a failing franchise.
Well, I mean, Michael
we don't have any standards to live up to.
Yeah,
if he does his job right, then he will go. You know why? Because he will bring the culture.
Some questions in the chat. One of them is Michael Stan says just because he drafts 3 or 4 good guys, don't make him solidify keeping on job. I mean, I think Mike.
Hey, where is that?
Name me the 3 or 4 good guys that Millen got us. I bet you can't even name me the guys. What, Stafford, Slay, and Calvin Johnson? Who else? Nobody.
Y'all gotta keep everything.
Chris Pillman.
The way that they're going to evaluate the general manager is different than how they're going to evaluate the head coach. It's different than how they're going to evaluate players. And when you go through and you're looking at it, the general manager is going to get evaluated based on, did you put together a coaching staff? Did you put together certain things? And that's what the GM is going to look at. Did you do a good job drafting? How about these contracts when you're signing people? They're not going to do that with Matt Patricia. It's all about where's this team moving forward, because we see now that coaching is everything. And so to me, that's why I see, to answer the question for Sack Nasty, how is Patricia on the hot seat? Because he took a team that was 9-7 to 6-10, and it wasn't that he
context.
It wasn't that
Jim Caldwell had the easiest schedule in the league when we went 9-7. Matt Patricia had the 4th part.
True
context.
True, but I'm just saying that it's just one of the things where they looked at that and they said, well, yeah, he finished strong, but early on he was making a lot of rookie mistakes, and that was what started the resume. So I think that's why he will be on the hot seat. But personally, I just happen to see some different remnants of that come up about people asking about, how many games would it take for them to lose for them to fire somebody. So
well, see this what happens when you talk to Packers fans, Luke G. Then we start talking about losing instead of winning.
Lord,
we got people in the comments like, "Why are we talking about losing? It was all positive." See, this what happened.
Yeah, that's all we know as a franchise is losing. So
okay, do y'all want to talk about the interviews?
Yeah, I got some videos coming out with those. I'm gonna break down what they said because I had to play around with the questions. Apparently, the NFL don't want you to hear the questions. I don't understand what's wrong with these videos.
No, it's only with the Lions, bro. We too broke to afford mics.
Hey, Luke, so we were talking about earlier basically how Bob Quinn, came out talking, you'll get a chance to see the interview, but they asked him a question about Justin Coleman and what is his role on the team. And basically he gave the answer of saying he's a versatile cornerback. So mainly saying he's going to play at the outside and the inside, but probably he's going to be a more inside guy more so.
I mean, here's the truth. I'm going to say a lot of stuff right now until the draft come. I'm going to say I'm taking the quarterback to the draft come. I'm going to say I'm taking the running back. I'm going to go and see everybody I think you may want to see. I'm trying to get you to trade with me. Right. And I don't want if I'm going to take a cornerback, the last thing I want you to do is know that. So to me,
Tyree Jackson.
So to me, I'm not putting a lot of stock into that. And then here's the thing. He's the general manager. The coaches are going to put those guys in position. So the question becomes, if he's going to just be inside, when y'all start watching those games, tell me how many times you see him on the outside, and then we can talk about it. I just don't see that,
because they said he flip-flopped when he was in New England. He played both positions.
But see, I think they like versatility, but with Bob Quinn, I don't think Bob Quinn wants to put players out of position. I know people always say, well, and you said it, Luke, why would you pay that much for an inside corner? Well, I don't want to say it like this, but maybe he's that good. I mean, because I don't think he was ready for the outside.
I found out. Yeah,
I found out maybe he's just that. Maybe he's worth every penny.
Yeah, he was top 5 last year. Top 5 slot corner.
That can all be true. You ain't gonna get me, to argue anything like that. I just said, okay, when the season start, we're gonna pay attention to how often when they come out and it's a 2 wide receiver set, we're gonna see who playing that number 2 corner spot. Because
we gotta wait for the draft first. Because what Bob Quinn said actually got me thinking they're gonna draft a cornerback now.
Yeah, they taking another corner.
I have no doubt. I have no doubt that they're not taking the cornerback in the first round. Well,
I ain't talking about first round.
Unless they trade back into, well, of course they're going to take a cornerback eventually in this draft. But
I was thinking like first top 3 though.
But it's only like
to me, those are going to be the impact players unless we get a late round steal.
And it's I think it's like only 4 corners projected to go in the first round.
I mean, again, the learning curve. People always talk about the learning curve for a tight end, but the problem is most of these tight ends come out of spread systems, and that's why you see the learning curve. So, but the cornerbacks, they're coming out of different systems and different stuff, and their learning curve is real steep. So it'll be interesting to see, man.
Luke, I got a question for you, Luke. Hey, since Gronk retired the other day on Sunday, pretty much, do you think that the New England Patriots are going to try to get their hands on TJ Hockenson? Because I think
no. I think they're going to stay.
They taking the tight end.
They're going to take a tight end, but they're going to stay fast and try to see and hope that Noah Fant or Irv Smith fall to him.
Okay.
Yeah, I could actually see Irv Smith going first round just because the Patriots be doing stuff like that.
Now I see that the Patriots is trying to sign Jared Cook, so it's between Jared Cook is another person that they're looking at too of interest.
Well, again, that's why I try to tell people when they say, "Oh, we don't need another tight end." I'm like, if you watch New England, you watch Seattle, they ran a lot of 3 tight end sets, and those 3 tight ends have different assignments. Generally one is standing in the block, and the other 2 are running routes. So, if to me, the tight end thing seems like the most obvious one, but I think that the Patriots are still going to take a tight end, and even George Morgan makes a good point. It could be Caden Smith or Jay Sternberger, but either way, they're taking a tight end. They was always planning on taking a tight end in the first place. They knew that Rob Gronkowski was going to retire. This ain't no shock to them. So,
Sag Nasty says this also. Why y'all keep saying we pay so much for a slot cornerback? He's not paid much more than other slot cornerbacks. That's true. He's getting $9 million. Some slot quarterbacks are getting $8 million. To me, that's why I don't think is as big of a deal that people are saying.
To me, it just sounds like they're not convinced that he's the number 2 guy. But they're going to put him.
I think they truly believe he's going to be that inside guy, and he's just versatile, so he can move outside.
My thing is this. Quinn has said it before that he had his 5 traits that he's looking for in players, and when he see those 5 traits, he's gonna bring them in, and versatility gets on that list. But I think when I look at the amount of money that they're paying him to just have him play inside, I don't see that. I just don't see it because the Lions run a multitude of fronts, and so if you're bringing this guy in just to play the inside, what are you paying the dude on the outside? And then the question becomes, what's the point of having a good inside guy if I can just beat you on the outside? So if Darius Slay is locking down the number 1 receiver, let's say hypothetically he's locking down Julio Jones, right? And they still got Ridley over there. Who's the guy on the outside covering Ridley?
That's why we're going to draft that guy.
Okay. And like most veterans do to most rookies, they're going to look real suspect.
Hey, man, it depends on the corner.
Depending on y'all. Just for the
I'm telling you, man, some of these cornerbacks are coming out.
Lattimore came in balling. Lattimore from I know not everybody is Lattimore from the Saints, but it's some rookies, man, that come in and make impacts.
Denzel Ward.
Yeah, and Denzel Ward looked pretty well. Yeah,
and like it's not like he's getting like we got it's literally slot corner getting paid $8 million. He's getting paid $9 million. Like that's not, to me, that's not a big deal.
Yeah, it just sounds like Bob Quinn is not. He's not confident, and him just saying on air, on the record, saying that Justin Coleman is our number 2. He won't commit to that. He ain't saying that. Like, yeah,
I mean, like I said, everything they saying right now is to keep everything on a hush hush. Now there was some talk. I had noticed a lot of people who brought this up in terms of talking about trading for Patrick Peterson and can we hold his contract? And I told y'all, yes, we have the money to support his contract. What I did not realize is when I went and looked at Mr. Patrick Peterson's contract, and I said, yeah, he's probably getting traded. he's probably.
Is that a good thing or a bad thing?
It's a really good thing because if they trade him right now this year, they get $12 million back. They're sitting on $4 million in cap space right now, and if they just get rid of Patrick Peterson, they take $1.7 million, something like that, in the cap hit, and they get $12 million back. That's
okay.
Hey,
What
I
do
would
you
love-
think he's worth?
I would love.
And what
to
are
get
y'all
Patrick
willing to give
Peterson.
up?
What am I willing to give up for Patrick Peterson?
First, what do you think he's worth?
Second or third round pick?
I'm not giving up a second round pick for Patrick Peterson.
Third round?
I give him a third. And that third kind of scared me, but I really don't want to give it more than the fourth. I mean, you got to think they gave up a third and a fifth or whatever it was for Antonio Brown and he 30. This guy's 29 going on 30. I'm not gonna overspend myself. So if hopefully I can give up a fourth round pick, I'll do that.
And I like him. He a good guy, man. I met him, and he's a really, really good guy.
So that's he gave
my son the shoes.
No bias stuff. No. No bias.
I mean, he is in Arizona anyway, so
I mean, true.
Yeah. So I got a chance to meet him. Yeah, he was cool.
No, man, I want Patrick Peterson. I'm just so sick and tired of it's like Darius Slay not having a second cornerback is equivalent to Stafford not having a running game. Like I'm just so sick and tired of the other guy named Evan Lawson getting torched night in and night out. And then when Darius Slay is getting torched, then everybody's getting torched.
Everybody getting
like if Darius Slay has a bad game, you might as well throw the secondary in the toilet.
Right. Everybody out there getting barbecue chicken. So for sure, I understand. We definitely need a number. We need that guy. We just need to know who that guy is, and we ain't gonna know it until the camp battles.
Well, again,
or the draft.
Or the draft, yeah.
Again, that's why I just looked at it and I just said, that, you know, I want somebody physical. I'm not buying that they putting a $9 million cornerback in slot all day. It's just I just don't see it.
I bet you 70% of the time.
You think it's 70% of the time?
I think he's gonna be in the slot. We don't have.
To me, it sounds. It seems like to me, Bob playing it's like, yeah, he's our nickel. It seems like
we don't have one. Hold on, wait a minute. I got a question. Morgan Trice says, I thought Motor City Sports Talk was going to be here. He said he was collaborating with someone. I got a cited guess not. We still trying to figure that out. We're still trying to figure it out. We're working on it. It is not something that is not going to go undone, Marcus Trice. We are still working on it to get that figured all out so we can get that show put together.
Yeah, that's going to be something that Luke does on his channel.
Absolutely.
So I don't. Yeah, he's not going to be part on this show, but yeah, that will be something.
It'll be probably him and Luke one-on-one.
Pistons are getting killed right now, apparently.
Man. Yeah, shout out to Drew, man. Drew, he said they was gonna lose these 3 road games. So
I mean, listen,
we shouldn't have lost to the Blazers though. That was
the truth is in all of our sports, man. That's been a problem. We got to know how to close these games out, and I think that's what you're going to see a lot of this year coming up. Now, Gold Lion said Bob Quinn gets the players, Rod Wood does the contracts, all off. Matt P needs the good things. They all share the agree to disagree on the same goal. Consent play. I mean, yeah, I get what you're saying. But I think Rod Wood don't deal with the money as much as you probably would think. He's kind of there like a person for their invested interest on the team. But I do understand what you're saying in terms of the contracts getting done because he got to be the guy to okay the money. So I get that. But I think with Bob,
did you see what Jordan Morgan said in the comments?
Coleman was brought in to cover the second best option on the other team instead of outside. Doesn't matter. And I think that's what I'm saying. I think ultimately that's what he's brought here to do, to take away that second best option. So therefore, in my eyes, he's the number 2. They're not going to just leave him in the slot to say for the sake of it, oh, he's the best slot person. I don't see that.
Yeah. He said in interviews, he's a versatile corner. So they're going to put him wherever they see the scheme.
I mean, and then y'all got to keep in mind. Why am I going to tell y'all where I'm putting my free agents? I mean, you can guess,
right?
Yeah, the media be asking Bob Quinn a lot of questions, and kind of Bob Quinn. Sometimes he'd be like, "Did you really think I'm gonna answer that?"
Yeah, because they be on air.
Like, so why did you interview Dwayne Haskins? What was that for? He like. What?
Right, Kyler Murray. You interviewed Kyler Murray.
He's like, so where's Trey Flowers going to be? Like what?
Hey, I got a big. Hey guys, I'm out here in Arizona, so you know, I pretty much got a feeling, man, that Cardinals probably going to grab Kyler Murray. I just got that feeling, man. They want a game changer, man.
It's a wrap. Like
they want to, and it's like, and it's kind of mind blowing because, man, Josh, you just drafted a quarterback. and Rosen.
Well, I'll talk about that, and we can focus on the Lions. I told people day one, Jared Goff was going to be trash. Told them the same thing about Josh Rosen. They're the same player, and you know they made a mistake picking him, and now they gonna write it. And I'm not saying Josh Rosen is going to be trash for the rest of his career, but he's not.
And I got another one for y'all too. I got another hot topic. I heard the news on today that last season Matthew Stafford, Miami Dolphins had interest in him last season, and they wanted to trade. They wanted to trade for Matthew Stafford.
Yeah, you ain't break that news, man. You ain't break it.
I was trying to break it, man, but we was talking some other stuff, man.
I got you.
Hey, Eric's a Lion fan. Hilarious. He says, Luke, Montez Sweat.
No, Eric a Lions fan. That's my bad because I saw one of your draft videos and you mentioned Montez.
Somebody said sign.
I was supposed to talk to you about that, but I forgot.
Yeah.
Would you guys sign Dez Bryant? Somebody in the comment section said no.
Yeah,
I wouldn't touch. No, but on Miami getting Stafford. All I'm gonna say is this. We don't know how Stafford's career gonna end, but if he's on another team, Lions fans are gonna be crying for years. I'm telling you that now.
Yep.
And that's all I gotta say. When he wins Super Bowl or something else with another team, Lions fans gonna be bitter, and I'm gonna be laughing at them the whole time as a Stafford fan. Like I told y'all, those stupid people. I told y'all.
George Morgan. Look, they trying me now. Look at these sweat comments coming in now. Listen, y'all better stop playing. Y'all know I can. Y'all listen. Every time y'all sit there and say sweat, I'm just hitting you with this. I'm just hitting you with the simple put of no. I don't want to see it. It don't need to happen. It's not something that's in the cards. Every time I hear sweat, Rashad Gary, it's
congratulations. You played yourself.
That's it.
And Stafford is basically still here. That's so what does that say? General Newberry says you never know what you got till it's gone.
I mean, that's
a team like the Steelers replace Ben Roethlisberger.
Sometimes you got to break up, man.
Ooh, hey man, y'all better
Okay, this is what I got to say about Stafford. This is what I got to say about Stafford. Don't get me wrong, I love Matt Stafford.
Go ahead, TA. Go ahead, man.
I got to preach to you right quick, brother. Pretty much. I love Stafford, man. I ain't gonna lie, I like him a lot. But at the same time, he does make some crazy decisions out on the field sometimes. You know what I'm saying? I'm not saying that all the time. He's, is doing terrible out there. But I guess what some Lion fans want to say, they just want the speculation of seeing another quarterback. They want the speculation of seeing another. They want to grab another quarterback, and you can't blame them, man. You want to see somebody different back there sometime.
No, I can't. Come on,
man.
Hold on, man. I can blame.
Hold on. He had 10 seasons. He had 10 seasons with us. And he ain't done nothing.
Oh, let me.
All right, wait, hold on, y'all.
I got him.
Lions record.
Wait a second before y'all get.
All he did was break Lions records. That's all he did.
Let's see where y'all
let. TA, you shouldn't have said that last one.
Let's see where y'all. Let's see where y'all at in the chat.
Hey, I had to go there. I had to go there.
Let me know what y'all consistency is in the chat. Go ahead, guys.
Okay, so TA, did you really just say he only broke Lions records? Well, since we want to talk about some record books, every record for every quarterback in NFL history, Stafford has except for 2. And where is he at on those 2? Second and third. Most passing yards, most completions, touchdowns, everything. Stafford has made a lot of bonehead mistakes, but Brett Favre and Eli Manning don't do nothing but throw picks, and they got Super Bowls. But they needed teams around. I just got to ask one question. How many games did the defense and special teams lose us, and how many games did Stafford throw the game away?
No, listen, that ain't
too many to count. Yeah, it's too many to count.
I'm just saying, man.
It's too many to count.
Yeah, hey. He done pedaled to that island all by himself, man.
He's been here for 10 years and he did nothing.
Go ahead.
What are y'all talking about, bro?
Hold on. He hasn't done anything, man.
If he went to any other team but the Lions, Stafford would have did everything. Trade Stafford right now. I'm sick of y'all fans. Trade him. I'm sick of y'all. Y'all gonna learn the hard way.
Okay, give me Kyler Murray.
Ready, Luke?
All right, go ahead. Take Kyler.
Because if you ain't ready,
when Kyler get destroyed, I'm gonna feel bad for the kid.
Yeah, I know, J-Mo. It's been the offensive line. It ain't just been Stafford. Offensive line has been horrible. He got sacked 10 times in one game and 7 the next game. That's crazy, man.
Up. And still got back up.
First of all,
he walked away with a limp, but he still played. First
of all, I have tried my best to get people to get away from this idea of this. Oh, it's 10 years. It's 10 years in time, But if he's not on the field in 2 of those years, or he has a season cut short because he's getting killed, it's 8 years. Now let's put this all into perspective. The real question should be is this: everything that you just said, TA. Name the quarterback that don't do that. Name the quarterback. From time to time who don't do that.
I can name some smart quarterbacks.
Hey man, Patrick Mahomes is like one of my favorite quarterbacks ever. He 6 turnovers in one game.
Listen,
come on, man. Don't say Luke G. Don't tell me you ain't never ready to punch holes through your wall because of Matthew Stafford throwing picks. You know what I'm saying? Come on.
Listen, no, I'm more ready to punch holes in my wall when I watch players run the wrong route. That's what I.
Or when I watch. When I watch.
Yeah, but that doesn't happen. That doesn't happen all the time, though. That doesn't happen all the time.
Okay, hold on.
I know what you're talking about. You're talking about Roberts. I know you're talking about Roberts.
No, forget.
I'm saying that don't happen all the time.
Listen, no, forget Roberts. Let's talk about Kevin Johnson's last season when he threw a perfect dot to Kevin Johnson and he fumbled it on the 1 yard line against the Seattle Seahawks. That ain't no Stafford. That ain't on him.
You said against
Seattle. Yeah, we would have went to the playoffs if we won that game.
I agree. Yeah, I agree with you on that. I agree with you on that.
Wait a minute. We can go down
got
the line.
cheated out of a call.
Listen, we can go down the line. What about the games? What about the games where he hits his target and they drop the pass? I'm not saying Stafford is perfect. Don't get it twisted. But
yeah, that's what I'm trying.
The flaw that he have is no different than say Aaron Rodgers overthrowing wide open receivers.
Hey, speaking of Aaron Rodgers, what about all them games Stafford brought us back and then the defense let Aaron Rodgers go right down the field and end the game
and kill us?
Yeah,
right. That's true. Or
let Adrian Peterson go right down the field and end the game.
70 yards, right, for 70.
Like, I'm just saying, bro. I'm just saying.
So this ain't the bad Stafford. I'm just saying, like, sometimes
I just think that 10-year comment is hogwash, bro.
I put it this way. Here, I put it this way.
Man, he's never had a top 5 offensive line in his career. You want to talk to me about years?
Scratch all that. TA.
No, he hasn't.
TA, tell me this, man. Tell me this. I just want you to tell me this.
Yeah.
If Stafford knocks back there, who you putting back there?
Got it. His name is Dan Orlovsky, bro.
Connor
back there.
I'm just saying, if Stafford's not back there, who you putting back there?
Connor Cook.
Yeah, okay. Yep. And today,
all right, so let me get in. Let me get in. All right. Listen, right now, I'm gonna tell you the truth. I am scared to death and have been for a multitude of years now of Matthew Stafford going down. I'm not even gonna lie.
Yeah, I'm scared too.
As far as how I feel about Stafford, you guys have seen the rant. I was upset because Stafford, in my opinion, could show the fans a little more fire, that he has a little more fire toward the team. Luke, I don't know what you setting over there, but it better not be that sad music, man. It better not be that. But that's my thing with Stafford. Stafford is an Iron Man. He's been here 10 years. We expect more of him. We demand more of him.
That's all.
I'm gonna just ask you one thing. Does Eli Manning have fire?
Go ahead. Listen. This is my thing.
No, he don't. But
his arm ain't good no more. He got a noodle for an arm now.
Can somebody please in the chat, please.
I'm just okay. Look, hold on. Wait. Let me say this to J Mo's comment. All right. So here's the thing, J Mo. We want to know that Stafford feel like us. You know what I'm saying? Eli don't. You're right, man. He don't got no fire whatsoever. But he got a Super Bowl. Yeah. They've been to a Super Bowl. They won a Super Bowl. We are like you talking about laughing stock of a whole league, bro. We in the last 4, and here's why you got two expansion teams that have never been to a Super Bowl, and we're one of the first teams ever in football. Like, and we haven't. So that's what I'm saying, and that's my only gripe against that.
So let me ask you. So if he was snapping just like us, what's that's going to change?
J-Mo,
nothing. He's still gonna be picking himself off the turf.
Hold on.
It's not gonna change anything. Y'all people be wanting stuff that's not actually gonna help the team.
Wait, I'm not saying it's gonna change nothing.
I ain't trying to be funny enough. I ain't trying to be. I'm just thinking about this. All right. Do anybody remember Ryan Leaf? Y'all remember him?
Ryan Leaf?
Yes. Ryan Leaf, the quarterback that went to jail for stealing?
Yes, like the biggest busting.
Ryan Leaf.
Yeah.
Do you know how often you would see him on the sideline fired up, yelling at people, go and do your job, blah, 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 blah.
We ain't talking about Ryan Leaf, man. He's never shown anything.
You got to say at least Tom Brady, man. Tom Brady be going crazy on the sideline.
No. That's what I'm trying to point out to you. What if a person getting rah? He got to show the fans he's fired up. What more fire do he need to go out there with a busted shoulder and throw the damn?
Let me ask you this. Now I'm talking about we talking about 10 years ago, bro. I'm talking about now.
I'm talking about now.
What more 11 and 5. So we want
what more fire do he got to show than to go out there and throw the ball 49 times with broken fingers on his throwing hands? How much more fire you need?
I'm talking about say that.
Say it.
That's gonna do nothing but kill the locker room. I just want to say one last thing, and we can move off of this. Look, if I could go back in time, I wouldn't change nothing in my life. I wouldn't do one thing. You know the one thing I would do? Make Sam Bradford come out of college and see how y'all gonna feel with that. Because that's what we would have had if we didn't have Stafford. We would have had Sam Bradford. And then you gonna tell me he was gonna do anything successful here? I'm leaving the table for.
Now listen, Michael Sand says that Stafford's press conference are the cringes with the y'all need to go watch the press conference for Trey Flower. That man was like, yeah.
It was bad.
Yeah,
it was bad.
Hey, Jesse James had it bad too.
Yeah, he needed, but man,
I agree with Morgan Trice. Before Peyton Manning retired, of course, Stafford equals best no-huddle offense QB in the NFL. Yeah.
And Marcus Willis breaks another point. Phillip Rivers goes off on receivers all the time as well. Going off don't mean nothing. I don't care. I don't care. To me, look at Ben Roethlisberger goes off, would that get them? A lost top receiver and running back. I don't care about all that noise. Play the game.
We can't even compare, bro. We can't even compare. We talking about the Lions. Somebody got that practice rant on their thing. We talking about Lions, bro.
That's what exactly. That's why you gotta understand it. We talking about the Lions. That's where Stafford was drafted. The Lions. Look at Devin Booker dropping 59 points. Where does he play? The Suns.
Phoenix. He played out here.
If Devin Booker 15 years for Phoenix, will he ever win 37 games? But
they need
we're the Lions, bro. The worst organization in sports right now.
I just feel bad.
They need Zion Williams.
Listen,
I just feel bad that people leave.
I go through. I can look at every sport, man. I can't think of the Texas Tech basketball coach who throw cheers at his players. You know what I'm saying? What's that dude?
I'm gonna say, you talking about Bobby Knight?
Bobby Knight. Okay. He throw cheers at his players when he was coaching, right? Right.
Hey, you saw what Izzo did to the freshmen.
Doing.
Now listen, stay with me.
That's what we got to start doing. We got to start throwing some.
Seven need to be tables. Like, I'm a man. I'm 30.
Go look at Coach K. Go look at Coach K. He's not doing all that extra stuff all the time.
Man, come on, man. Y'all keep going back to winning franchises.
That's the point.
Talking about
we was losing before Stafford got here. Stafford been winning his whole career.
Losing with him here. Stafford
has been winning.
Stafford was the great white hope, bro. He was the man his whole career. He coming here, all of a sudden it's all over. Yeah. Like, come on, let's be real.
Here's my thing.
You right.
Hold on, Derek. I gotta ask you a question, Derek.
I'm a man. I'm 40. What's up?
Let me ask you a question. The point that I think we're trying to make is him sitting there howling on the sideline or being quiet does not translate into a win or a loss. It just doesn't.
It's not talking. You're right, man. But we're not talking about winning and losing. You asked me. I tell you what my problem with Stafford was. It ain't that he's not winning. It's that I don't see that he's upset about losing.
You want him to cry and be like, "That's my coach," and all that other stuff. Right. You want that?
No.
I want him to throw cheers like Bobby Knight.
I want him to get up there. Here's I want him to do. Okay, I want him to walk that line of I don't want him to pull a Big Ben because my opinion about Big Ben has changed because he'd throw anybody and everybody under the bus. But I'm just saying you are taking up most of the cap salary cap, right? So they paid you for a reason. And that reason to me, you said it'll break up the locker room. It might, or it might divide and be like, yo, Stafford, this guy said something. He all right with me. And it might be like that. It might be like that, but what I'm saying, excuse me, guys, is if I am on a laughing stock, habitually losing team, and I am tired of losing, I want to know. So as a fan, I'm saying that I want. What's that? Luke, man, listen, dude.
I am literally.
I'm gonna climb through your window.
I'm literally filling up my glass of beer because I need to get drunk after this one right here. This is crazy.
No,
that's all right, man. Hey, had your mixer because I'm about to climb through your window. I'm so sick of that thing.
Gridiron Blitz.
Go ahead, man. Go ahead. Yo,
how do you know he doesn't do that?
Thank you.
Because he doesn't do it in front of us.
No, what I'm not talking.
Like what are you talking about?
I'm talking about
Stafford could be the most fiery guy in the NFL, and we wouldn't even know. Like, why does he have to do it in front of the media?
Hey, hold on, wait.
He's a silent leader.
D. Williams. No. I'm not saying I don't sound nothing like Mike Valenti. Okay, what I'm saying is that I am a fan of a team that is. We're not talking about like the Pistons. They got a history. They just haven't a down decade. We talking about people generations that this team has been down.
A long time.
You're right, J-Mo. I don't know if he's done that. I'm sure he has. I'm sure he's cursed out several different people. All I'm saying, man, is as a fan, we're tired of losing, right? We're sick of losing.
But
as a fan,
I want to listen to the word you said. You said decades. Decades. With an S. That means more than one. Yeah. The man only been the man only been
almost 6 of them, I think.
The man only been here for one of those damn decades, and 2 of the decades he got destroyed. Hell, last year he got sacked 16 times in 2 games.
17.
Listen,
Luke.
all I said, guys, was I want to see a little more fire. I didn't say throw the man out. I just said let me see some fire. Dang.
Well, that's the problem. We keep going getting offensive linemen when they 45 years old and bringing them on the team, and Stafford getting killed back there. He's running for his life.
Last time Stafford showed some fire in front of us, they picked up the flag, and that's all I have to say.
No more fire
because they go. Fire. Did you hear what Stafford react? He's like, what? If I was Stafford, I would have been like, no, y'all gonna put that flag back on the ground. I wouldn't move. I'm just saying, man.
That was one of the worst. Yeah.
D. Williams, man. This is not 97.1 the ticket. I just want to let you know that.
Listen, the thing is this, man.
No, because I will never turn my back on my mind. I don't care.
Derek wants to see some noise come out of Stafford. He wants to see an emotion when they win and lose. But let me tell you something. Some of the greatest leaders don't show that type of emotion. And the reason for it is because you never want to show your hand. You never want to show a sign of weakness. And a lot of the time, it boils down to just being able to get the job done. I don't care if you in the background turn into the Incredible Hulk. I don't care.
Talking about somebody that'll get you motivated and pumped.
I don't care about that.
I'm gonna say this. When it comes to leadership, when I look at a man and I'm looking at a man for leadership, you know who fits that role to me that I seen on the football field that has the greatest leadership that I've ever seen? That's Ray Lewis, man. Ray Lewis
If you want to sit through a church,
you know how to talk to those guys, man, and get them fired up. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. He gives them that motivation, what they need. Some players need that, and some players don't need that.
Yeah, but
I just find it funny that you didn't mention a quarterback.
You said what?
I mean, he could have
mentioned the linebacker.
I said Ray Lewis.
He could have said Drew Brees.
I thought he was going to say Brady.
He could have said Drew Brees. He could have said Drew Brees.
Brady get in people's face.
Brady.
I like Stafford.
Have you ever seen Brady on the sidelines? Brady
definitely gets mad.
Listen, Brady gets mad at the coaches.
He be throwing his helmet down.
He get mad at the coaches when he gets mad when certain things ain't going right. I get it because
when it ain't going his way.
Exactly, right. D-Town. Joe Montana was a leader. Joe Cool. That was his nickname, bro.
Right. And to me, I don't really.
I like
care.
Steve Young better though.
Oh man, come on! All right, keep going. You're about to open up another can of worms.
He said I like Steve Young better.
Hey,
though,
man.
But okay. I guess what it is to kind of move the subject on and past it, man. I just don't understand what I guess Derek, I don't understand your reasoning for needing him to get loud or you want to see passion or whatever.
I don't understand why it's not that hard to understand, guys. All I'm saying is that I want to see that my quarterback that at my quarterback, it's time to lose.
Okay, so wait. I finally got it. I see what you're saying. I see what you're saying. So what you saying is you want to see that the quarterback is finally tired of you losing. He'll let you know he's finally tired of losing when he do what Calvin Johnson and Barry Sanders did. He'll let you know that he's tired of losing when he asks to be traded. He'll let you know that he's tired of losing when he shows up to that table, says it's been a nice ride, but I'm effectively retiring from the NFL. And then another team come along and say, well, we'll pick you up. And he go, well, if you trade me for a 6, I'm out here. Then he'll be showing it. That's what you see happening.
He ain't gonna do that because he got to get that bread.
I think Calvin Johnson would come back.
And the funniest thing to me about this is the 3 greatest players in Lions history aren't firing at all.
No,
cool.
No, even running back. The running back.
Hey, they cool cats.
He's cool, calm, and listen. I think of you another person who was a good leader, but he was on defense. Troy Polamalu, that soft-spoken genius, was over there destroying people. But he was.
And he had a baby voice.
Wait a minute. You right. Wait, does anybody in the chat get what I'm saying?
No, we get what you're saying. We don't agree with what you're saying.
No. What I'm saying is, every time y'all mention somebody, you talking about a winner.
Right.
You talking
Why
about
does that matter though? Being a winner has nothing to do with how much fire you got.
Exactly.
Okay. All right. Okay. But if somebody is the dry eyes and they lose all the time and they're like, dry eyes, yeah, we could have played better. Are you guys gonna be okay?
No, I'm not
with
gonna do that. I'm gonna tell you. I'm gonna tell
you straight up. Comes right back with dry eyes. It was a good win. It doesn't matter. I like consistency.
So somebody. So
I'm not gonna feel that.
You got somebody. You got people that agree.
We
with
have
you.
a historically bad franchise. Yeah. Historically bad. All capital letters.
I feel you, D.
We should be.
But listen,
that's all I'm saying. And I'm not saying we got
him showing
that. I don't
think
y'all know what it feel like to get put on the ground.
Him showing that passion does not erase the historically bad franchise history.
Okay,
it doesn't change that.
What if we stop going to the games then? What if we stop going to the games? We stop watching TV.
You're not gonna stop going to the games because Stafford is there.
They not.
Yeah, you're right.
They're not gonna stop going.
You're right. We not because
the only reason they go to the games.
They're addicted to football, man.
Y'all ever cut the game off and they losing by like 12 and it's got like 5 minutes left? You cut the game off and then you like, let me turn it back on, see what happens.
Anybody else? Listen, to be honest with you, I do understand what you're saying. I mean, even Michael Sanders agreeing with you. Marcus Willis says, I feel you, Derek. I mean, some people do understand what you're saying. But where we're confused about it is, and this in terms of me and J-Mo is,
I don't understand. Y'all all graduated high school. What is there to be confused about?
I'm going to show you. I'm going to show you where the confusion come in at for us. The confusion come in for us.
Joe Dumas was a champion. He won. He's a champion. We're talking about the Lions.
So how does a champion just absolve you of everything? It does not.
Okay. We're not talking about. Oh, listen. All you
saying is because he's losing, he should be pissed off. So what about every other quarterback for all the rest of the losing franchises that's not snapping on everybody?
Right.
But Stafford is the only one that is a problem.
Hold on. I don't care about them because that's my Detroit Lions.
Right. That's my point. It ain't just Stafford being quiet. It's everybody that's losing and getting pounded into the ground.
Well, I don't care about.
We get pounded in the ground the most.
I care about.
I'm just saying, man. Like,
okay. This is the last thing I say. Y'all don't. None of y'all else salty, or is it just me that they got an Avengers, the Cleveland Avengers, fan made trailer that they blasting all over ESPN, like the Cleveland Browns are the second coming.
Why would I be salty? Salty about what?
Right.
Because they got Odell Beckham.
We don't get because we don't. We made some big moves, right? We
made some big
moves. We came and went in the media. We came, but all of a sudden you go from 1-31. You 2 years removed from 1-31, and now you the Avengers. Now you Tony Stark, and we can't even break the top 20 in power rankings.
That's what I'm saying. Y'all Lions fans need to stop being salty about what everybody else thinks. You really salty about the Cleveland Avengers? Who cares?
I'm not salty about the Cleveland Avengers. I'm salty about how much praise and how much respect that I was going to call them the Cleveland Avengers, that the Cleveland Browns are getting when the Lions are making sneaky good moves.
So how much praise did the Eagles get the year they won the Super Bowl?
Derek. Hey, that's because let me say this right quick, Luke, and then I'll let you get the floor. I just want to say,
hey, D. Williams, we gonna open up that phone line for you, baby. You the next one, man. We gonna open up that phone line, man.
The only reason why they're getting all the press is because of they made a power move and they grabbed Odell Beckham. That's the only reason why they're getting all the press right now.
Yeah, they grabbed the biggest. Odell Beckham is the biggest star in the entire NFL.
Yeah, but Derek, though.
Like the biggest team is gonna make waves. If he can't, like I told you, he came to the Lions, they would be talking about us right now. He's the biggest star in the NFL.
I would take Julio over.
Here's the thing. Let's try.
I would not take Julio over Odell.
Murdoch says not historically, only since 1957. They were solid in the 50s. They are changing the culture since 1967.
Again, here's my thing.
1957 Lions.
Here's my thing, Derek, and I think Sack Nasty's right about the topic moving forward. But here's the thing, Derek. They're getting that praise and that hype not because they played a football game, but because of who they picked up in free agency. And anytime you're getting hype before you even touch the field, I don't want that press. Press me when I'm doing what I'm supposed to do. And when I go through and I look at it, they can have all the promos, the Avengers, they could be Spider-Man, girls, boys, whatever. I don't care. At the end of the day, it don't matter. It don't matter because they haven't played a game yet. So they can do all that hype and they come out and go 0-7. And then it's gonna be what? They the Powerpuff Girls now? I mean, what's gonna happen now?
They're gonna be ready to blow the team up.
All I know is the Steelers had all that hype every single year.
Every
single year.
Like, come on, man. Like, listen, to kind of switch it up and get back to some football, some serious football.
Well, we about to switch it up, wrap it up. So go ahead, man. Go ahead and say what you got to say.
You finna wrap it up?
Yeah, you're the one that was interviewing Tom Grassi, man. You the one that was interviewing Tom.
I was on here 5 to 10 minutes after y'all started. Don't come.
Hold on,
now, listen.
Hey, listen. You trying to get 5 to 10 in, huh?
Here's the truth. The truth is, in terms of the Detroit Lions, man, the thing is I'm just happy. I want to say this and I'll be done. I'm just happy to see that the narrative is changing. I am seeing this great change in terms of the narrative change. I'm seeing people actually put some thought into what they're saying before they even say it. Even though
in the video. That's what you were saying?
No, I'm just saying they just the way they doing. It's not just that. Like, even when I go to the comic sections, I'm seeing people think about the stuff versus just saying going by the name. You know what I'm saying? Because there's no other fan base. Well, I take that back. The Steelers fan base are picking up on the Khalil Hayes train, but again, that's the only other fan base. It's just the Lions fans base and the Steelers fans base, and I'm just happy. I'm just happy to see that the narrative is changing and that we all can come together and change that narrative.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, I got you. I can't believe y'all came at me like that. Okay. All right, man. Go ahead, J-Mo. What you got, man?
I just want to say I hope Stafford is traded because y'all don't deserve him. I'm serious. I'm dead serious. Like, I'm at the point, trade him, let's rebuild because y'all gonna learn the hard way. Also,
I'm on Stafford's train, man. I'm riding with Stafford.
Hey, that's kind of crazy. Hey, J-Mo,
when somebody tells me they ain't mad about Stafford for losing and it's his fire, no, just get mad at him for losing. Like, have a legit argument. But regardless,
it is a legit argument.
Fire wins games.
Fire, you gotta have fire, man.
Fire wins games, man.
You gotta have fire.
Wow, Joe Cool.
Fire don't win games. I never said that. I never said fire won games, man. I just
want to see the quarterback
as a fan of a losing, historically bad since 1957 losing franchise. I want to see the highest paid player on the team show some fire to me, the fan, and get up there and have one Cam Newton moment. One. That's it.
So if we go 1-15 and Stafford show fire on the last loss, you straight with that?
I'm good.
I'm straight with that.
Oh, okay.
I'm like this man.
I'd rather him not say nothing than we win a playoff game. But okay.
Look, you ain't never said nothing to your boss. You ain't never been mad and said
nothing to your boss out of line that you said. That's a whole different avenue. I'm not Stafford. If you watch my rant videos, you know I am not Stafford. But that's me.
No, yeah, I know.
And one thing about this is I think in that locker room, people be getting cursed out. But it is what it is.
I can believe that. It is what it is.
I do like the interviews Matt Patricia and Bob Quinn was talking about. I got some insight.
So J-Mo.
Yeah.
J-Mo, so basically Stafford taking the guy over to his locker room and cussing him out.
I ain't saying that, but I know Stafford be like, because you know, one day Marvin Jones getting all these targets, next day it's Golden Tate. Maybe Stafford like, hey, you ain't running around right. I ain't giving you nothing. Hey man, these quarterbacks, I'm telling you, dog, I've talked to some people that was in locker rooms with quarterback. Man, these quarterbacks be savage out here. Y'all don't know what be going on.
Right, hold on, wait a minute. Wait, look,
hey guys,
wait, okay.
Come over to my locker so I can.
D. Williams, you waking the giant, man. You waking him, bro.
Listen, I feel like I'm listening to 97. I don't know why.
Hold on.
Why? Come on, man. Why would you disrespect him?
When you call in,
we can argue all day, but we all love Stafford.
Yeah, we
support Bob Quinn and Matt Patricia. We ain't saying get rid of everybody.
And here's the thing:
we like the Trey Flowers move, even though it was a little expensive. We love Jesse James. You know, Gridiron Blitz loves Danny Amendola. You know,
right?
Absolutely. Shout out
to you over here. It's all positive.
We love our team.
We think we're gonna win the division. 97-1 probably got us going 5-11.
The thing is,
and I'm done.
Hey J-Mo, and the thing is that being a Lions fan, some fans think that you can't critique your team, and you can. You have to be able to critique your team, because even your boss at your job is going to judge you on the job that you're doing. If you're not performing well, guess what?
Exactly. That's why when it comes to Stafford and people critique him, I don't have no problem with the critique. If you come with a great
argument, releasing you on Friday.
That's cool. I don't win off on Stafford too, just like Derek. So I mean, I don't win off too.
I think everybody.
Right. That's what I'm saying. So here's your brown box and here's your luggage.
It just can't be all roses and daisies when we talking about a team. Last thing I'll say, it can't be all roses and daisies when we talking about a losing franchise like this one. If we ain't getting upset about it, ain't nothing gonna change. Regardless whether it's Stafford having fire or me wanting him to win more, it is what it is. So
yeah, I just want him to win, Jay.
I just want to win, man. I want to win so bad, but I'm done, man.
Good Lord. Okay. All right. Well, I'm glad I got
Blake Bortles.
Once again,
even Blake Bortles got a playoff win before Stafford.
Don't do this, dog. We trying to end the show.
That hurts, man.
That hurts. Did you see that team he had? Did you see that team that he had?
I saw the defense he had.
And the running game. Did you forget Leonard Fournette had 100 yards and he jumped over for the game-winning touchdown? He jumped over a dude.
And look, what you doing, man? You
right? Come on,
Hey, J-Mo. They didn't have no passing game, man.
They had a running game.
Yeah, they did.
I saw Leonard Fournette hurdle over a dude for a touchdown.
Hey, wait, hold on, Luke. Where you at, man?
I'm still here, man. I'm listening.
Oh, okay. No, you know what Luke doing right now. I know what Luke doing.
He's doing something up.
Some research.
No, it's a family show though, but I know what Luke doing.
Say Luke. Yeah, salary cap numbers, Luke. I know you, Luke.
And his name is John C.
Hey, listen. Hey, I feel like my son here. Hey, Luke, man. Listen. He loves some John Cena, man. Look, I listen, guys. Now's the time. Luke, don't cue up the music, man. I appreciate y'all rocking out over here. And once again, for Luke and everybody who came late, I'm working on that internet connection. And the phone lines, man. I will be working nonstop because I would love to hear what y'all actually had something like to say live about me and the Stafford Mike Valenti rant. As far as that's concerned, but anything y'all want to add, man, as far as what's on the agenda or anything like that, what we can look forward to from y'all channel?
I mean, like I said, the round table is going to be the round table. We're going to start having people, some of the fans who are been a part of the show come on via phone call or try to find a way to have you be a part of the show to be the 5th round table member. That's on the agenda. And also, just appreciation for all the support that y'all give us and stuff. So
hey, I want to give a shout out to somebody, man. He been shouting us out. I want to give a shout out to Man Beast, man, because he been shouting us out. And
for real?
Man, yeah, go on Man Beast channel, man. He been showing love. Man Beast is one of the ones. Man, Beast Morris was one of the first people that I watched doing the YouTube. It was him, King, LB, D Chase, and a couple other guys, Hitman 313. So some of these guys that started it, you know what I'm saying? Only thing we're gonna do is we just gonna transform it and we just gonna grow it. You know what I mean? But definitely, man, shout out to everybody in DVE.
For real, shout out, man, Beast, Mondo, Ray Moore, all of them. Nomans.
Yeah, Mondo, yep.
Man, yeah, they was here. They was here when we started from the bottom, and now we here.
Yep, now we here. Yep.
That's crazy, man. All right, good stuff. I didn't know that. I know he commented on a couple.
Yeah, they started.
Go ahead.
Yeah, I just want to give them a shout out because they, you know what I'm saying, they did, you know, they was out here putting them videos out and nobody was really talking about the Lions like that. And now, you know what I'm saying, now you got 1,000 Detroit YouTubers out here now. You know what I'm saying? Every week you see a new Lions YouTuber. But you know what I'm saying? But you know, it's all love though, because it's the Detroit Lions, man. So shout out to Dosa Dion, shout out to Mobby, shout out to everybody, 313, shout out to J Mo for doing his thing, Luke, all of us, man, that do their thing, man. Shout out to everybody for doing their thing and grinding, and Motor City Sports Talk as well.
Man, look, if you put that music on,
and
man,
Detroit,
if you put that music on,
I ain't got
man,
nothing for you, bro. I ain't got nothing for you.
Yeah, shout out to Detroit Sports World too, Maurice.
You know, oh yeah, that's right.
It's some guys that's been out here grinding and doing their thing. So definitely, you know.
So speaking of Detroit Sports World, man, so we in talks with him to try to Luke, have you heard back from him?
No, I gotta check my email. I ain't finna lie to you. I gotta check my email.
Okay. All right. So shout out to my main man, and I want to give him a shout out before I wrap it up. Travis Troxel himself, man, this dude is like the Detroit Sports Alliance and beyond PR, man. He on Twitter blowing us up, putting us out there. I've probably got at least don't you do it, Luke. Don't you do
I ain't did nothing, man. What you talking about?
I probably got at least 10 followers from him. Yeah. And he really did his thing in the chat today, right. So I appreciate it.
And shout out to everybody that's in the comment section. Definitely Travis. What is that? G Barry, him. He's always on there. Yeah, Eric the Lions fan.
If anybody,
General G.
Frederick Williams, and I ain't seen him in a minute. Somebody shout out Fred.
Yeah,
Williams,
Fred Williams. Yep, definitely. Those guys out this way.
I ain't seen him. Yeah,
shout out Eric the Lions.
That's it, guys. Too. That's our show for the day.
Yep, Eric the Lions fan. George Morgan. Shout out.
Eric. Like the beard, man. Shout out to everybody in the chat, man.
Yep.
And
shout out
back on y'all on whose channel, guys. We got any ideas?
Well,
TA, you ready? J-Mo, you ready?
I'm ready. Yeah. I'm ready.
Y'all ain't ready yet?
I'm ready.
No, okay. You TA, what you say? You said you ready?
I'm gonna get ready.
Okay.
I'm gonna get ready. We're gonna talk about it though. We're gonna talk about it.
All right, yeah. TA say you're gonna be ready. If not, y'all know how we do it. And that's it, guys. So until Thursday, man, stay up. And once again, it's all love, everybody. And we'll holler at y'all. Peace out, guys.